Hello friends, welcome to Universe of Naruto X. If you love Naruto what if stories and anime explanations, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now let's begin today's story. Qualities that were so rare in other clumsy weapons, unlike the graceful and silent bow and its trusty arrows. And the easiest way to have those qualities was complete and total silence. The explosion that interrupted his thoughts was definitely not complete and total silence. The blond boy, meditating quietly in the afternoon glow that surrounded the sheltered area, opened his blue eyes and suddenly had the urge to hit something. Hard fists are brutal, he muttered to himself. Part of being an artist, because archery is an art, of course, was never using your hands for anything other than making art. Hitting stuff immediately fell under the category of anything. His feet, however, was another story. He can kick anything without getting his hands dirty, bruised, and dirty because dirty hands were unfit to touch bows. He stood and stretched his lower limbs, preparing himself to kick the asses of ones who dared disrupt his meditation. He walked to the side of the building of Namamore Middle School and around the corner to the main yard. He frowned immediately at what he saw. I should have known, he sighed. The scene seemed to be very common these days, and the perpetrators were always the same. The Mafia Club, as some people have called them, was once again wreaking havoc among the school's populace. So, Tsunayoshi, the boss, was running behind his family, with a happy smile or a terrified grin. His right-hand man, the transfer student from Italy, Gokuya Hayato, was hurling those god-awful fireworks at a boy in a cow suit Lambo he remembered who was similarly throwing balls at the silver-haired boy. The final member of Tsunayoshi's lackey, Yamamoto Tishi, was laughing like an idiot, the baseball idiot, as he was dubbed by Gokuya, seemingly enjoying the rampage that they created at school. He sighed again and turned around, deciding that it was not worth the trouble since he'd get his hands dirtier. Anyway, judging from the way the transfer student threw those fireworks so crassly. He walked back to the sheltered area where he had laid his mat in his bow, his own personal heaven. Taking his bow to his left arm, he readied it and placed an arrow from the holster to the string. His fingers glided through the thin, lightweight arrow as he pulled the bow apart. He took a deep breath and readied himself. The force he exerted always filled him with a calm he couldn't quite explain. His target was at another shelter from just across him. Eyeing the bullseye at the center of the target, he held his breath and was about to release the arrow. You cannot catch me, Aodera. He immediately refrained from firing as Lambo in all of his cow's sweet glory ran right in front of the boys' line of fire, screaming and yelling insults at Gokuya, who was only a ways away being followed by both sons and Yamamoto. Still, his fingers twitched, feeling very tempted to fire the arrow. Lambo was a pest, and his cow suit was an excellent target practice. It was like getting rid of two birds with one arrow. Get back here, you stupid cow, Goku-dera yelled, but all the 5-year-old did was look back and blew him a raspberry. That's it, he pulled out his dynamites. You're done for, Gokuya. Wait, Tsunayoshi screamed and tried to stop his friend. The boy watched curiously what he meant. Most of the bombs were blown in the air harmlessly, but 3 of them strained towards some girls who were walking away from their own club activities, and Goku's fireworks were just about to hit them. The boy acted immediately and took a new target. Fireworks fuses. He quickly took aim and let the arrow go. It hit its target, but the boy didn't wait for that. He took 2 arrows and placed them both to his bow, aiming it vertically. This was against all books of archery, but it was kind of exciting to do it this way. He released both arrows at the same time and hit 2 targets simultaneously. All 3 dynamite tubes fell to the ground harmlessly. Both Tsunayoshi and Yamamoto sighed in relief. Beside them, Gokuya huffed and looked away, his hands clenching angrily at the sight of the boy who humiliated him and made him look like a fool in front of the 10th. Carefully looking at him over again, he engraved that arrogant mug in his memories, promising to himself that he was going to get back at him. Of course, he was relieved that no girls were harmed, but still, it was a mafia thing. Tsunayoshi was in awe at the display of archery he saw. Yamamoto scratched the back of his head with a sheepish smile towards the boy holding the bow. Thankful that he saved the girls and somewhat embarrassed for all the trouble that his friend and Lambo caused, who in all the commotion ran away from the school. Atop the school building, Reborn took his binoculars off his face with a smile. What the hell? The girls screamed. All 3 of his arrows had passed them only by narrow margin. Watch where you're aiming with those things, you idiot. They screamed and run off. That's the thanks I get, ha. The boy placed the bow to his shoulder and relaxed. Well, it's not like I did that for them anyway, he muttered and pulled another arrow and started his ritual all over again. That was pretty amazing. Suniyoshi walked up to him with a friendly smile. I just want to thank you for saving them. The boy nodded. If that was all, you bastard. Goku walked right up to him, but the boy didn't take his eyes off the target. How dare you speak to the 10th like that? I speak the way I was taught. The boy ended it and let the arrow go. It didn't hit the center. Anything else? You're disturbing me, you bastard. Goku pulled out Dynamite's tubes. Calm down now. Yamamoto put his arm around his neck in friendly manner. As long as no one got hurt. Maybe we should go now, Suna said, trying to calm everyone down. Let's go guys. And with that, the Mafia Club left the boy to practice his art. Meanwhile, Reborn smiled. Uzumaki Na, age 15, member of Class 1A, the president of the archery club and also the only member of the same club. Test results are average. Family ties unknown. Lives alone in an apartment building. Unsocial, not many friends are at all. Favorite food is ramen. No other known hobbies than archery. Motto of life, promises are to be kept, he smirked. He could be useful in the Suna's family. Back at the ground level, Naruto walked to the fallen dynamite tubes. These could cause a fire if I don't get them away. He picked one of them up when he noticed that the fuse had suddenly lit again. He quickly threw it away, but it blew up right in his face. The pressure wave pushed him back and covered him in a dark cloud. After a moment, he opened his eyes. His was all black from the smoke. He coughed a small cloud of smoke. This is why I hate explosions. He whispered and walked away. Chapter 1, The New Face. Na woke up in the morning, got dressed, ate his breakfast, picked up his Kyoto equipment, his robes, bow, rose to a sack, his school books and things to his other bag. He pulled his jacket over his shoulder and checked himself out. Untidy uniform, blonde, rowdy hair, which he had tied to a short ponytail and blue eyes. Then he pulled a green jewel necklace around his neck and smirked. Hello, handsome, he muttered proudly and left his small apartment to school. Archery. Suna screamed shocked to his tutor. You want me to try archery? Yes, Reborn answered with his usual smug smirk on his face as he walked by the wall next to him. The Mafia has always appreciated many arts. Has this anything to do with the talk we had last night? He asked confused. No, Reborn answered shortly. Uzumaki Na, what about him? Suna asked while doing his homework. What you do know of him? Reborn asked. He's in our class, is the captain of the archery club, and doesn't really get along with anyone. Suna listed the things he could think of. Why? Don't really know. Some talk about delinquents and trouble. Most of the students avoid his company. I see. Then why? Suna asked. Reborn. Look up. Suna suddenly felt a very strong urge to scream and run away. Reborn was smiling and that was never a good sign. Ana walked down the street. As he walked past few shops, there was a hunting shop. He passed every day to school. He checked out the shop window and whistled to a new hunting bow they were advertising. Miji wanna one of those. He muttered to himself. Then something caught his eyes in the reflecting surface of the window, making him sigh. Yo, punk. A group of delinquents walked to him. We got some unfinished business. The leader smirked. A good morning, 10th. Goku greeted Suna as he met him. Let's do our best today, too. Yo, Suna. Yamamoto raised his hand to a greeting as he caught up with them. You're here, too, Goku. Of course, baseball idiot. I'm 10th's right-hand man. Where he goes, I go. As the two started the usual bickering, Suna noticed something at one of the alleys they were passing. A fight, Reborn answered. Some delinquents quarreling. Scary, Sunyuna whispered when he recognized one of the fighters. Is everything all right, 10th? Goku asked, looking over his shoulder. He saw how Na kicked one of the delinquents away while panting. A fight? Isn't that Na from our class? Yamamoto asked. Someone should stop them, Suna said quietly. Why don't you offer a hand? Reborn suggested and kicked him to the back, making him to crash with one of the delinquents. What the hell, Runt. You got a problem or something? The guy asked, but before he was knocked out by a kick into his skull. You're fighting with me, Na yelled and turned around to face the others. You punk. One of the delinquents attacked against Suna. 10th. Gokua threw a bunch of dynamite over the scene. Suna Yamamoto punched another guy down. Sorry, you shouldn't fight. Within a matter of seconds, the delinquents were down for the count and Suna and the others helped Naruto to rest in a bench at AP. Ark. I'm not thanking you, he muttered and wiped some blood away from his face. He had been hit pretty badly few times. Yuba. Gokua was about to punch him, but Reborn kicked him and stepped over him. Calm down, Gokua, Reborn said and looked into Naruto's eyes. Why did you only use your legs to fight them? What's with the baby? Na asked, raising an eyebrow. Wannabe hitman cheeky Reborn thought but didn't answer. Just kept looking into his eyes. Na sighed. I don't expect you to understand. He stood up, trembling slightly. Are you okay? Suna asked, worried. You were beaten up pretty badly. I'm okay. I've been a lot worse. Naruto picked up his bags. He paused and as an answer to your question, I value my hands. That was the only form of thanks he would give them. What? Gokua asked from the ground. What the hell does that mean? Archery is an art, and it's all I got. I can't practice archery if I don't have hands. He looked to the sky. Like any other artist, I have to protect my arms and so I only fight with my legs. Goku huffed. Idiot. After that, Naruto walked away. Let us go to 10th. Gokua said, glaring at Naruto's back. Will he be okay? Suna asked, more worried than before. He was beaten up pretty badly. Don't worry about him. Reborn said he's not a member of the family unless 10th. No, we don't need a guy like that. Gokua rushed to yell. That's right, Suna screamed. Don't go and ask any more people into this madness. You even asked Kyoko-chan on Sanan. Reborn didn't answer but kept smirking under his hat. Ana came out of the toilet after he freshened up a bit. Classes had already started long ago, but he didn't feel like going to one. Today was ruined already. He didn't feel like being bullied by the teachers also. He walked down the corridor. What are you doing here? He stiffened in the middle of a step and looked over his shoulder. I'll bite you to death. Hibari-san Na gulped. You want something of me? Hibari Kyoa glared at him for a while. That hair color is forbidden in the Namamore Junior High. I'll bite you to death. Na sighed. Do you have some personal grudge against me? But Hibari was already running towards him. His tongue is out. Not today. He screamed and pulled out a black ball and threw it into his feet, filling the corridor with a big cloud of smoke. When it finally cleared, Na was gone and Hibari was standing alone in the corridor. Disappointed, he put his weapons back and walked away. Na panted as he finally reached his clubhouse. It had been one hell of a morning. If only his bow were to break, then his day would be just perfect. He laid his things onto the ground and leaned on his knees when he noticed an envelope taped on his clubhouse's door. It was a letter of joining into the club. What the hell? The day was over and Suna stretched his arms relaxed. Now he could go home. Let's go home together, Suna. Yamamoto elbowed him. Back off, baseball idiot. Why? As the two started the usual fight, Reborn jumped on top of the desk. We're not going home. Why not? Suna asked. Soda. Rio screamed and stormed the classroom. Is it true that you're thinking of changing boxing into archery? What? Suna screamed back. I never said that and I never decided to join your boxing club. Get going already, Reborn said and kicked into his back. You guys go home, he told to 3 members of the family. Reborn-san Gokua tried to fight back but it was too late. They were gone. Why did you do something like this? Suna asked as they neared the archery clubhouse. You're not trying to get Naruto-san involved with mafia, are you? Don't worry about it, Reborn said. You just get there and start with your new hobby. Suna walked to the archery club to see that Naruto was waiting for him in full gear. So, you want to join the archery club? He asked, a doubt clear in his voice. Well, I can't let anyone who doesn't know anything about the art of kudos. I'm going to hold tryouts. Tryouts? Suna asked, confused when Naruto offered him a bow and an arrow. I don't even know how to. If you can't hit the target, you can take a hike. Na said and turned to face the practice range. Suna looked at the target. Stupid Reborn. I don't know anything about freaking archery. He clanged at Naruto, who was waiting for him to do something. Na-san is getting impatient. Just do it. Dame Suna. Reborn pulled out Lian gun and pointed it at Suna and shot the dying will bullet into Suna's head. Moment before the dying will mode took over Suna. Cursed Reborn in his mind. Reborn, I will hit the targets with my dying will. He jumped up and aimed and let the arrow go. It hit the center of the target and went right through it, hitting the wall that surrounded the whole school and pierced it bef. Or it disappeared completely. Na, who was deadpanned when Suna time after time, Suna kept hitting every time into the center, could only wonder where they all went. He even spelled the letter will into his target. When Suna finally run out of arrows, his flame died out and Na crashed to his feet. Wow, he muttered. That was amazing. Never seen anything like that. He sighed. I guess you really are better than you look. He said quietly and stood up. Okay, so you manage the target practice, but accuracy and strength isn't everything about Kudo. What about your elegance? He led him inside the club room. Let's have some tea. I'll check your elegance while that tea. I have tea ceremony equipment in my storage. I use them sometimes. He answered and put down 2 cups. You serve. Dying will might have helped with the archery, but Suna imagined himself having tea while in dying will mode. He had shutters. Suna felt himself completely clumsy while trying his best with the ceremony. After a while, he still had to ask one thing. Yes, Na asked after a moment. Why? There isn't anyone else here. Are they sick or I'm the only member of this club? Na answered simply. Everyone else quit after a while. Why? Na sighed. I guess I should tell you if you really want to join. I got into trouble with delinquents. There was this particular delinquent who's a leader of a gang around here. He started his own personal cause to make my life one hell. So, he scared everyone who ever tried to join into the club. And once his gang even broke everything in this club, and I guess it doesn't help that most of the teak hers and even Hibari Kyoa are on a personal crusades against me. But why? Suna asked. Obviously because my hair and eye color. That's enough reason for Hibari and to the teachers. The gang leader. I don't know. At that moment, Suna seemed to realize that Naruto's hair wasn't bleached, but natural. You're biracial, nod. My father was a German, but my mom was Japanese. She used to say that I looked exactly like him. He took a sip of his tea and stayed silent. It must be hard, Suna muttered. I'm used to it, Na shrugged nonchalantly. People don't get close to me because of my hair color and because I got into trouble with delinquents. They often see me as a delinquent. Then he cleared his throat. Well, I have to tell you that you have great talent as an archer, but your elegance still lacks, so I can't allow you to join the club. Oh. Suna answered when the yell from outside interrupted them. Come out, you, .. someone yelled, making Na narrow his eyes. Let's settle this once and for all. It was nice drinking tea with you, Na said and stood up. I'm going to deal with this now. He walked outside. Wait. Suna tried to stop him, but it was too late. He had walked outside. He saw from the window that he started fighting with such a large group. There must have been at least 20 of them. And Na was still refusing of using his hands. What are you doing there? Reborn stood behind him. Are you going to let him to kill him right in front of you? Your own subordinate. Na-san isn't my subordinate, but it was too late. Reborn had already pulled his Leon gun and shot him with another dying will bullet. Reborn, I will save Naruto-san with my dying will. Everyone outside looked confused as Suna in his underpants ran out of the storage and started beating people up. There actually was someone in this stupid club. No matter, kill them both. The boss of the group yelled, what are you doing? Na panted, his face red of blood. I will save you. Suna yelled and punched another guy down. I will save my friend. Who the hell is this guy? The boss asked as his dogs were taken down one by one. He glared at Na. That bastard was panting and resting into his feet. He had been an easy target. Even if he couldn't beat the guy like he was supposed to, he was going to finish this. He pulled out a knife and charged at him. Die, you son of a ... forget that pervert. Kill the bastard. Everyone still standing changed their sight at Naran soon as flame went out just that moment. Na glared at the attackers and was prepared to evade the attack when dynamite went off around him, taking out most of his opponents. Out of the smoke, Goku jumped in and kneeled some bastard who he had missed. Goku soon relieved and started feeling the fatigue of using 2 bullets in one day. 10th. I'm sorry for disobeying your orders, but I couldn't leave. I'm glad. Suna whispered when someone charged at him when he was defenseless. Ah. He screamed scared. Yo. Suna. The delinquent flew back unconscious and Yamamoto stepped next to them. So. How did it go? Did you join the archery club? No. Naruto muttered painfully as he leaned to his knees. He lacks the elegance. That's too bad. Yamamoto shrugged. Watch out. He rushed and punched another guy who had tried to hit Na on the back of his head. You okay? Why yeah. Na whispered. Shit. Who the hell are these guys? The boss of delinquents asked but didn't stay behind to wait for answers. He ran as fast as he could to the opposite direction using a pile of garbage that he and others had used to get out of school yard. Then he ran into a random direction. After a while of running, he thought he was finally safe when he hit something. Who the fuck? His rant changed into a shriek when he recognized into who exactly he had crashed with. Hibari Kyoa, he shrieked. It's you who has been bringing those hooligans into my school. He pulled out his tonfas and smirked. I'll bite you to death. Hey, are you okay, Naruto-san? Suna asked as they treated his wounds. Are you sure you're not going to a hospital? Yeah, I'm sure. Naruto muttered and moved the ice pack away from his face and smirked. You're pretty amazing guy, Damesa. You really shouldn't trust to rumors. Thank you, Naran. Suna smiled. Oi. You. Reborn jumped on his head and looked into Naruto's eyes. You want to join the mafia? Both Suna and Goku screamed. You're serious, Reborn-san? Okay. Na shrugged nonchalantly. But I want a high rank in the family. Done. Reborn said. Naruto smirked happily for the first time. Yoroiku Ongshimasu. Welcome. Yamamoto smirked back soon as the boss. And I'm the right-hand man. Wait. Goku Dera yelled. But I want to be the right-hand man. Na said and stood up. Suna watched defeated as his family had just gained another member. Hey. Try us me? Na asked as they sat in the class. He had started taking the class after joining the Bongola family. Now he was standing in front of Suna's desk with Goku and Yamamoto. You serious? Everyone has to go through them. Goku said, obviously satisfied for another chance to get rid of another rival. Reborn-san allowed me to authorize this. Reborn did? Suna asked. Goku smirked proudly. Don't worry 10th. I will make sure that idiot won't make it into your family. Goku thought an answer to a question what he thought his boss was thinking, and that authorization was little too much. More accurate would have been Goku had complained about Naruto's rude way of talking to 10th and how quickly he and Yamamoto had started get along with each other. So he wanted to have a trius for Na. That baby? Na asked confused. I've been wanting to ask what the hell is with that baby. I'm a hitman of the Bongola family. Reborn appeared from somewhere and kicked Suna's head in the process. Get going. Your tryouts will be held at your own clubhouse. They arrived at the scene where Goku smirking took out bunch of dynamite into his hands and a cigarette in his mouth. My rules are simple. If you can beat me, I will accept you into the family. That's it? Na asked. That's it. Now die. Goku threw a bunch of dynamite at Naruto, who grinned. He turned his back to him and ran towards his storage, seeking shelter at his clubhouse. Giving up, he heard Goku Dera's voice outside. I knew an idiot like you wouldn't be fit to protect the 10th. Don't be so sure, Reborn smirked. Wah! An arrow appeared out of the open door and almost hitting into Goku's head. Only by luck, he was able to dodge it. He sought some shelter behind a tree. Naruto-san screamed as he stepped outside a new type of a hunting bow and an arrow holster over his leg. He's ready for war. That's some serious hardware he has there. Yamamoto whistled. Go help him, Yamamoto. Reborn said and held out a bat. You must give Goku an opening if he wishes to succeed. No. Goku yelled from behind the tree. Reborn, this is my fight. I will not need help from that baseball idiot. Are you sure? Reborn smirked. When Na launched 2 arrows at the tree. They penetrated the wood easily, forcing Goku to change his shelter. This is amazing. Naruto-san is cornering Goku. Suna whispered. Don't be so sure, Reborn said while evaluating the new recruit. Naruto only has the advantage long as there's some distance between them. Goku is stronger in melee fight because Na only uses his legs. Also, Goku's bombs are from close to mid-range weapons, while Naruto's bow is far-ranged weapon. Meaning, as long as Na keeps the distance between them, he will dominate the match. But there's also one other thing. What? Suna asked. But Reborn didn't answer, only kept his eyes in Naruto's arrow holster. While Goku had almost infinite amount of dynamite hidden God knows where, Naruto seemed only have few arrows left. And when Goku Dera showed his face just to give Na another chance to attack him and use an arrow, Reborn realized that this was his plan. What are you going to do when you run out of arrows? Na liked to end the fight. Na used his last arrow. Goku came out of his hiding and smirked, his hand full of dynamite. Ha! Let's see how good you went out of arrows, and threw a bunch of dynamite towards him. Na-san Na. Both Yamamoto and Suna yelled when the dynamite blew up around Na. Hey, if you even can't beat an attack of this level, there's no way you're fit to defend the 10th, he said firmly and fell to his knees. Ha! Don't be so sure, Naruto's voice said quietly and appeared from the cloud of smoke, his bow ready with another arrow. You lose, he said and pointed his arrow towards him. Even though he had bad burns everywhere in his body, he still stood there and kept his bow steady. There was a moment of silence. Goku's hands were ready to try some trick. Stop it, you two. Reborn kicked the both of them into their faces. Na is now officially member of the family. Any questions? None. If Reborn Sons says so. Goku twitched, forcing the answer out. I'll accept you. He looked into Naruto's eyes, who relaxed the bow. But I'm still the right-hand man. Na shrugged. Fine. I'll be the vice boss. Na smirked. Fine with that. VV versus vice boss. Goku screamed. There isn't even a spot like that. Ha, why not? Because I say so. Goku yelled. Then from now there is. I'm the first vice boss of Mafia ever. He smiled. Now if you excuse me. He landed on the ground. That dynamite really hurt. Naruto-san on a run to him. The next few days, Naruto was recovering back at his house. Meanwhile, Goku and Suna tried to hunt down Drive Shimal so he would cure his disease. Na knew nothing about this, but kept lying in a bed. His small apartment was silent like always. He never had any quests. Who would visit him anyway? His folks were dead. He had no other relatives and no friends. Well, not before this. Like in Q, the door was knocked. Naruto stood up and walked it and opened it. Yamamoto. Yo. Yamamoto greeted him. I was on my Dunas and thought if you had recovered already and would come with me. Ha, Na asked. Why does he need something? No. Just to hang out, you know. Friend stuff. Na wasn't what you called. Fully healed but nodded. I'll be down in a minute. He closed the door and got dressed. Before he even realized, he pulled out his usual new bag. It was true that Naruto preferred archery above anything. But he still had picked up few tricks in his life. Like the smokescreen he had pulled on Hibari last time they had encountered, and few other things also he liked to use when he encountered some trouble he couldn't deal with his legs. So without even realizing it, he raised the shirt in his back and attached the bag into his belt. Then he covered it with his shirt. Let's go, he said to Yamamoto, who had been waiting for him downstairs. Right. He smirked and they started walking. Where does he live? Na asked as they walked towards the residence neighborhood. Right here, Yamamoto answered and smirked. What's so funny? Just thinking how glad it is that you decided to join our little mafia. The way Yamamoto said it, Naruto thought he meant like I was a play. It's more fun with more people. Naruto started to see how Goku always ended up in fight with this guy when his own patience was tested. But he took a breath and started to dream about a new hunting bow he had just seen in TV. They rang the bell in the gate of Sawada residence. Who is it? A woman's voice asked kindly. Yamamoto and Azuaki. Yamamoto answered happily. Ooh. Yamamoto, you came to play with Sunakan again and brought a friend. How nice. Come in. Come in. They walked inside the house to see that Suna had come to greet them. Yamamoto Na-san, yo, thanks for having me. Na muttered while looking around. Goku is already upstairs. Suna answered and led them into his room. Baseball idiot. What are you doing here? And you? Goku asked angrily. We decided to pay a visit. Yamamoto answered cheerfully and sat down. Where's the baby? Reborn went to have a drink. An old friend of his. At least that's what he said he was going to do. You look tired. Did something happen today? And Suna told how he had gotten the disease and how they had tried to track down Drive Shamal, who had finally cured him. Where were you when I was helping 10th? Goku asked. I'm glad you're okay now. Yamamoto ignored the question. If you need help again, you can ask me. I was in bed after someone threw a bunch of dynamite into my face. Naruto glared at Goku, who was a little uncomfortable about the blame. That day they had fun at Suna's house doing absolutely nothing but hanging out. Reborn came in one part and decided to rough things up with a challenge. A challenge? Suna asked, fearing something dangerous like it most likely would be. Mafia boss must get to know his family, and nothing brings people closer than hardships you go together. Let's do it. 10th. Goku yelled, excited. It sounds fun. Yamamoto smirked. Naruto shrugged, not wanting to appear too eager to go too. Reborn smirked. If you win, you will get a wish granted. What's the challenge? You have to find Lambo. Reborn said and walked away. You have till sundown. Everyone looked out of the window. It was almost too late already. Where is he? Don't worry, 10th. I will find him for you. Goku rushed downstairs yelling Lambo's name. And you better hurry. If you fail, I will kill you. Reborn said as he exited the room. You're kidding, right? Na laughed when a bullet went right past his head, taking a lock of hair with it. Reborn. Suna screamed when Naruto ran out of the room, also yelling Lambo's name. Yamamoto only laughed and walked after them. Don't go shooting at my friends. You're next if you don't try to find Lambo. Reborn said, holding his gun leisurely. Suna ran out where others were already searching for Lambo. I need to ask. He looked at Naruto, who was standing next to a gate. What is Lambo anyway? Is it a pet dog or something? Calling Lambo a pet is frighteningly accurate. He's a small boy who dresses in cow print suit. You mean that kid who always screams, Reborn, die. Na imitated his voice and a bullet went by his head again. Sorry, he screamed and started running around the house. So, everyone searched like hell for Lambo, but not finding any trace of it. Wait, could he have left the house? Suna asked, worried. He will get himself into trouble if he's not careful. This hide and seek is really hard. Yamamoto scratched his head, confused. Maybe he fell asleep while waiting. We're dead, Naruto whispered and crawled from bush to another, trying to locate that annoying brat. Lambocha N, he searched desperately. Time's up, Reborn said and jumped on them. Way to go, Sunyuna. You found him. What? Na asked. Way to go. 10th. Goku yelled. Nice Suna. Suna, __, Mama yelled from inside. Dinner is ready. Come and eat. Will your friends stay to dinner also? So the Vongular X family walked in the kitchen only to find Lambo sitting in the kitchen table eating in his usual rowdy manner. That idiot cow, Goku muttered, clutching his fingers into fists. You're the idiot. Na coughed, covering his mouth with his hand. What? You were the first one to run down the stairs. Na yelled. How in the hell you could have missed a kitchen? I run straightly to the yard where he usually is. Goku yelled back. And didn't you run right behind me? How come you didn't check it yourself? I've never been in this house before. I don't know where the heck the kitchen is. You passed it when you first entered the house. Both of you calm down. Suna tried to calm him down. And you think you're actually fit to be the vice bosses for 10th? Say that again. Na pulled out a small crossbow out of his ninja bag. It was kind of cute, but his expression made it sure that it wasn't a toy. Left earlobe for face. Goku pulled his dynamite. There was a moment of silence. For face. Your face makes me think of Fox. Fox is a furry, so for face, Naruto nodded to the logic. Pretty good, but I resent that, he yelled. And they were about to start fighting when Reborn came and kicked them both down. No fighting in a kitchen, he said, glaring them both down. Now, let's eat. The dinner itself was eventless, but it was hard to Suna to concentrate eating while Goku on his right side was glaring at Naruto, who was at his left side. Yamamoto was eating happily opposite side of the table. Haha, Lambo-san is finished eating. Lambo jumped on the table and for some reason started making a victory dance over his finished meal. Stupid cow. Goku muttered while Na started imagine Lambo's cow print as a target. Why in the hell is he here anyway? Did they adopt him or something? He muttered. I don't know, but 10th doesn't seem to be bothered, so we must endure. Suna felt uncomfortable but was relieved that both his friends had found something uniting them both, even if it was hating Lambo. Somehow that cow suit makes me want to kick him all the more I see it. Me too, Goku whispered back. I still won't acknowledge you as 10th's vice boss. I won't acknowledge you as his right-hand man either. Fair enough. Would you pass the salt? Na handed over the salt and now there was peace in the house. No one noticed Reborn smirking under his hat. Die, Reborn, Lambo yelled and threw a couple of hand grenades at him, which he threw back with ease and then knocked him over with his chopsticks. Must gulp and endure. Then he started crying. Both Na and Goku snapped their chopstick in anger. But then Lambo pulled out his 10-year bazooka and aimed it at himself. What the hell? Na screamed. The cow shot himself. Ooh. Great. Goku Dera muttered. My adult Lambo appeared out of the smoke with his usual cool aura around him. It seems that I've been brought back once again. He looked around until he noticed Na. Young Usuzumaki, he smiled. It really has been a while since I last saw you. Ha, Na asked, tilting his head. Who's this? This is adult Lambo. Suna introduced his new guest and explained the 10-year bazooka's principle to Naruto, whose eyes were white as plates at the end. So, you're telling me that this lady killer is actually that annoying loud idiot cow? Yeah, I guess. Suna laughed nervously. Oh, Uzuaki. Lambo interrupted them. Don't go and treat me like a stranger here. I'm 10 years older than back now. I see. Na gulped nervously. Well, thank you for your good work, and you too continued to look after my younger self with Goku. Then he puffed back to annoying Lambo and was stuffing his face with something that seemed like pasta. Lambo-san is the greatest. Or amazing, he muttered. How times affects in people. You can say that again. Suna sighed as things calmed down again. Thank you for your meal. Na bowed politely to Mama at the door as he, Yamamoto, and Goku were on their way out. It was nothing. I'm so glad that Sunorn has so many reliable friends now. She beamed. Please come over whenever you feel like it. Thank you. See you tomorrow, they said to Suna, who waved back. You're starting to get a decent family. Reborn commented as they watched at the three walking away. Few more wouldn't hurt though. Reborn, stop saying things like that. Suna yelled and they walked inside. Naruto, Goku, and Yamamoto were walking down the street heading towards their homes. Goku left them first, leaving Goku and Yamamoto alone. That was a fun, wasn't it? Yamamoto leaned the back of his head into his hands while walking. Well, most of it at least. He's a great guy. Whoa, Yamamoto answered. He's a really great guy when you get to know him. I took even me to see it exactly how great he really is. Naruto didn't know how to explain it, but he understood what Yamamoto was saying. Yeah, he really is good guy. No one had ever before tried to save him. Like that, Suna had been really special. It makes me think what will happen in the future. Na thought out loud. What do you mean the mafia thing? You mean the role play? Yamamoto asked and smirked. It's really fun like today. The kid really can arrange things. Play? Na asked. Those bullets had been real. Those dynamites had been real. Those explosions had been. That cool Italian guy had been real. He turned on his heels and walked away. You're going back already? Yamamoto asked. I'm tired and my wounds hurt. See you tomorrow. He waved his hand over his shoulder. See ya. Yamamoto answered to the wave. Suna, Goku, Naruto and Yamamoto were having a lunch on the roof. What a nice weather. Yamamoto yawned and leaned back. Even though it's fall already. Suna sighed. And the whole vacation ended abruptly. And now I feel kind of sad. And we spent all summer attending supplemental classes, too. Na yawned loudly and lied down. I feel so bored right now. I wish I could just skip rest of the classes. You shouldn't do that. Suna smiled. You should get your schoolwork done properly, says a person who's going to be the head of the world's greatest mafia. Naruto muttered and picked his nose. Well, since I'm going to be the next vice head, so I guess I really don't need to worry about my future either. You're still going on about that? Suna laughed nervously. Exactly. Goku muttered while lighting a cigarette. There's no such spot in Vongola. You should be honored that you're qualified as a member of the 10th family. That's not what I meant. Suna whispered awkwardly. Calm down now. Let's enjoy the lunch. Yamamoto smirked happily. Grape juice is good. Chestnuts are great, too. Few chestnuts flew into Suna's back, making him scream out of pain and surprise. Chaosu. Reborn jumped next to them, dressed as a pig chestnut. What the hell is that? Suna screamed angrily. This is a camouflage for secret agents autumn style. Reborn explained. Na raised an eyebrow to this. I bet 100 people out of 100 would look right back at you. Suna screamed while Reborn took his disguise off. First of all, didn't I tell you not to show up at school? Secondly, why in the hell are you here? I'm here so we can make a hideout for the family. Ha, hey, sounds fun. Little like a secret base. Ha. Yamamoto asked. You're such a brat. Goku muttered angrily. Na merely stretched while lying down. Don't start again. Goku ignored him and turned to face Suna. But I agree about the hideout. A family needs a hideout. I'm bored, so whatever. Na didn't even bother to raise his head. Where are we going to make it? The mountain behind the school. I know few good places there. Yamamoto suggested. Of course not. Goku said angrily. Well, use the reception room of the school. Reborn told them. Even Na sat up and looked at him. The reception room is almost never used. It's a perfect spot for our family's first hideout. Let's go. Yamamoto stood up and others followed him. First, we rearranged the desks. I'll sit on 10th's right side. Goku said smugly. I want my own seat near the window. Na said as he followed them. Suna had no choice but to follow them. So, they walked into the reception room of Namamore Middle. On their way, Naruto felt very comfortable for being able to walk hallways with someone. Even if it was such a colorful group, but when they reached the floor where the reception room was, he started to feel like something wasn't right. Lee Kihei had forgotten something important. What a nice room. Yamamoto opened the door and smiled. This will do perfectly. Who are you? Hibari asked. Oh yeah, Na screamed. Hibari uses this room as his own personal base. Who? Goku asked confused as he pressed forward towards the room even though Yamamoto tried to stop him. Would you put off your cigar in front of the disciplinary committee president? Hibari turned to face them. Well, either way, I won't let you get away, you bastard. Goku charged forward without caring about anything. Put it off. Hibari swung his tonfa at him, forcing him to retreat. What the hell? He cursed as he noticed the weapons in his arms. This is bad, Na muttered, and his hand went naturally into his NPO bag, pulling out another smoke screen. We will get ourselves beat up if we go against him. In the meantime, Suna stepped inside a furniture of the room. Suna 10th boss guardians yelled together, but Hibari quickly punched him aside. Bastard. Goku yelled angrily and charged forward, but was taken down easily as well. Punk. Yamamoto muttered, starting to get angry by the minute as Hibari attacked him. As they fought, Naruto didn't know what to do. His friends were beaten down one by one, and he just stood there. 3. Yamamoto was kicked out of the way easily, and Hibari turned his attention to him. That hair color, he muttered and stepped forward, is not allowed in Namamore Middle. He raised his weapons. Naruto clenched his teeth and threw his smoke bomb. If Hibari was blinded, he could at least get others out of here. Not so fast. Hibari smirked and punched his arm, knocking the ball away. I'll bite you to death. He punched his face. Goku drawn. Naruto-kun. Yamamoto. Why? Suna looked around frantically. They won't wake up. I hit him to make sure of that. Hibari said slowly. As Suna sat there frightened, Reborn, who had been witnessing the whole scene, sighed. How pathetic, Suna, and lowered himself down to that window level. Let's go, Leon, he said to his faithful partner, and he turned into a gun. He pointed his gun towards scared Suna and pulled the trigger. Die, Reborn. I'll beat you with my dying will. Suna screamed and jumped forward and started fighting with Hibari. The fight was furious, and for the first time, he was forced to back down, which ended with him wanting to kill Suna greatly. When Reborn thought they had enough, he ended it and dragged Vongula 10th family back to the roof where he revealed his true intentions. You wanted us to face him. Suna yelled shocked. Yes, I did. It was a dangerous bet though. Reborn answered. You were lucky to leave with only bruises and scratches. What do you mean by that? Suna asked. It was real battle training so that you won't be peaceful idiots. Reborn explained smugly. Fighting for real and risking your life for real are the best ways to train. What are you talking about? Suna yelled, shocked, and started panicking. I mean, what are we going to do now? We're sure to be got his eye on us. Nah, who had a sore side, smiled. It's okay. I already was on his radar ever since I first stepped on the school grounds. How can you be so calm about it? Suna asked, shocked. Calm down, Suna. Yamamoto calmed him down. I will send him flying next time I see him. Goku Dera promised. Na looked into his new bag. That was my last smoke screen. I need to get more. Next time we see him, we must be ready. They were also concentrated with each other, so they didn't notice Reborn walking away and smirking under his hat. Hibari will surely be a useful guy in the future. Soon after that became the sports day, important festival for Namamore Middle, especially the climax of the festival, the boys' pole knocking event where the leader of each team climbs on top of a pole and tries to stay there long as possible. Ultimate Sasagawa Ryo's voice screamed through corridors. This will be the slogan of our team for Athletic Fest tomorrow. He yelled to people in front of him who started to catch his enthusiasm. Unless we win, everything will be useless. Hai-chan's brother is passionate as always. Suna sighed as he looked at the speech. That boxing freak is so annoying. Goku muttered. I agree. Naruto muttered, who was sitting on the other side of Suna. Fire like that is ugly and useless. Unelegant, he sighed and dreamed about archery. Oh. Come on you guys. Yamamoto calmed them down. He can't even speak normally. Goku muttered. OYH Goku Dera, __. Suna screamed on his usual shocked manner as Ryo started to speak about the pole knocking and Goku asked about it. It's been a tradition that team's representative will be the leader of the pole knocking, meaning that it would be me. But I will resign, he screamed suddenly, shocking everyone in the class. Rather than being the leader, I want to be a soldier. That guy is so selfish. Na sideboarded, but there is nothing to be worried about. Ryo continued, because I've prepared someone else who was better than me to the leader. Hey. Someone asked in the class. A guy who was better than Sasagawa being the leader. Everyone looked at each other waiting someone to jump out and exclaim himself. So what, a Suna from class 1A? I choose you. Ryo pointed at Suna. A. Suna asked wide-eyed. Ooh. The boxing freak knows the greatness of the 10th. Goku nodded happily. Ooh. Lucky you, Sunyuna. Yamamoto laughed. Na smirked. If it's the boss, I don't mind following him. Those who agree, raise your hand. Sasagawa yelled. We will decide by the majority. No one raised their hands. Expect the three sitting next to Suna. The people in the class started to mumble in disagreeing manner among themselves. Raise your hands. Sasagawa gave the order. There's no one in our class who's going to refuse, right? Goku jumped up, his hand raised. He, Naruto, and Yamamoto had only raised their hands. Hey, you. Yamamoto tried to calm him down. Boys were scared of Goku and decided to raise their hands. Girls raised their hands, shrieking about how cool he was. At this rate, the decision will eventually be supported by the majority. Ryo nodded firmly. It's decided then. The leader of the pole knocking is Saduna. That guy is one crazy freak. Naruto muttered, a smirk on his face, and looked at Suna, who started panicking on his usual manner. That only leaves boss. Wow, that's amazing. Yamamoto congratulated him as expected of tense leadership abilities. Goku Dera nodded. Naruto. Suna looked at him, trying to look for some support. You lead, we follow, boss. Naruto smiled and nodded. We're on your care. Naruto. Suna whispered, defeated. That scared me, Reborn said as he stepped to the desk and in the end forced Suna to accept the position of the leader. Then he just puffed out as a balloon when he tried to hide him. Where does he get all those gadgets? Na asked, jealous, as they finally ended the session. Who knows? Suna asked, defeated. I don't think I can take this much longer. Did you see how upperclassmen were glaring at me? I can't possibly be the leader. Don't worry, 10th. I will blow up everyone who doesn't follow you. Goku promised proudly. It will work out in the end. Yamamoto smiled. That's right, boss. Na assured him happily. You already have us. If you can get that walking smoke factory to follow you, this class should be easy. He grinned while pointing at Goku, who glared at him angrily. I got to go now. My dad needs some help with the shop. Yamamoto said goodbyes to them. Excuse us, 10th. Goku said formally and left early too. I have club activities, so I got to run too. Na waved his hand, walked away. Remember, you're the next boss of Bongola. Not so loud. Suna screamed after him. Na used his afternoon to practice archery when he received a call. That was strange. He didn't even have a phone. So when he heard a phone ringing in his school bag, it made a little suspicious. He first opened it and noticed something strange. The phone had his name written on its cover. He didn't have much time to think when he read the incoming call. Master Pao. He flipped the phone open and brought it to his ear. Yes. Suna wants you to meet him at the riverside to train him for upcoming pole knocking. Who is this? My name is Pao Pao. I'm a master of Muay Thai. Reborn introduced his alias. Anyway, at the riverside. Now the phone ended and Naruto put it away. Funny. Either it was a prank call from a kid or I've really overestimated Muay Thai. But whatever it was, he decided to obey the call and walked to the riverside where he encountered Suna, Ryo, Gokua, and Yamamoto practicing the pole knocking. What the hell are you doing? He asked when he finally reached the group. Suna was on top of the pole hanging tightly while Gokua and Ryo fought about something that resulted with only Yamamoto supporting Suna. Suna fell down to the river. Timber. Naruto snorted and rushed to him as he sat in the cold river water in nothing but his underwear. I don't think this season is fit for swimming, boss. He laughed as he reached them. Why you? Goku yelled angrily. Anyway, let's get him dried up quickly before he catches a cold. Yamamoto calmed them down. The next day, the sport festival. Everything went quickly and soon it was time for the pole knocking. Okay, team. Na clapped his hands, getting everyone's attention. Now's the time for the main event. Everyone get ready. It will start soon, and I want everyone in their top form. You fool. Ryo's voice echoed in his ears. He turned around to see that he and Goku were fighting. What a shock. Na muttered tired and walked to them. What's going on, boss? But Suna was busy to calm his other friends down. Stop them, please, he screamed to Na. Sure. Na stepped between. Okay. Now let's all take a deep breath and I'm not listening to you. Goku yelled and grabbed his collar. Since when did you think you could start giving orders to the team? You're not the leader. The 10th is I'm his vice boss. Na yelled back and yanked his hand away. If he wasn't too busy to look after the babies, he glared at the two. Then he might actually consider leading. Wait, Narrat, __, you're only making it worse. Suna screamed. Who's the baby? Goku Dera yelled. You and that walking sport drink advertise. Na yelled. I'm pissed off to the extreme. Ryo yelled, his eyes burning. And this resulted as a fight among them which ended them punching each other's faces. Ryo punched Gokua who punched Naruto who punched back to Ryo ending the circle. Teammates fighting. Su thought that now was the perfect time to come and taunt them. Pole knocking is all about teamwork. Looks like nothing to fear about the A-team. It's none of your business. Ryo yelled. Who the hell are you? Gokua asked, whipping his chin. Fatties should just fill their mouths with food. Na muttered equally angry. So back off, they all yelled together and attacked. Ryo delivered a punch into his face. Gokua kicked his chest and Narrat kicked his crotch, knocking him out perfectly. This person is the leader of the C team. Takata Senpai screamed and other C members started yelling to them as well. Na, Gokua, and Ryo all glared at them. If anyone has a problem, I'll take care of them personally. Naruto said, his hands in the pockets and one leg in the air. Ready, Usuzuaki. Naruto will destroy you. Sasagawa of the A-team will take you on. I'll pick any fight from you anytime. Gokua added angrily. That was where the hill started going quickly down. First, the captain of the Team C was beaten. Some dwarf said that it had been under orders of Suna. Excellent strategy. 10th. Gokua smiled quickly. You were greedier about the victory than I thought, Sawada. Ryo agreed happily. You could have told me before you did something like this. Na said to this little disappointed. How am I supposed to help you to lead the family if you don't keep me in the loop? I'm not in any family, Sunyuna yelled when other teams started accusing him on foul play and demanding his resigning. Reborn, why you keep doing this? He asked desperately. I dare you to say that again. Narrat yelled back. Gokua by his side and everyone took a step back. Did you see that? Ryo punched his own hand. Ready. This is how we do things. Anyone has any problems with that? Gokua, Uzuaki, and now Sasagawa. They were definitely three most fearsome fighters in the team. And there was no one who dared to approach them. Then became the break. Na told the team members to eat and refuel themselves when his boss obviously was too busy. Surprise, surprise. Panicking, Bianc thought it was a good idea to offer some poison cooking to other teams, knocking many people out. Then Narad noticed that Rio was walking towards the judges alone with his usual extreme look on the face. Where do you think you're going? He asked. I'm going to force them to unite both teams against ours. He yelled. You're going to help me. Na was about to refuse and try to stop him when Reborn quickly stepped next to him. Of course he is, Reborn. Na yelled. Why? Our team will be slaughtered. To make things more interesting, he smirked under his hat and walked away. Well, will you? Rio asked. After a moment of thought, Narad nodded. It would happen sooner or later when their team would start to overpower the rest. This would just save some time. Let's go and make them see things our way. To the extreme. Rio screamed. Seriously, stop it. That's really annoying. He said, a tick in his forehead. Extreme. He ignored his words. I hate you. It was easy to force the suggestion on them. After all, few people could actually look into eyes of Sasagawa Rio. And Naruto's firm presence was just the icing on the cake. What? You two did what? Suna screamed. Don't worry, boss. Na smiled. With this we can beat those idiots faster. Narad Kuna whispered, defeated and Reborn forced me to. He added with a low voice and cleared his throat before continuing with a louder voice. Let's get going and kick some B grade. He yelled. The fight started and they were almost immediately surrounded by other teams. It took everything from Goku, Rio, Yamamoto, and Naruto to keep their boss safe. Damn, there's no end to these idiots. Goku yelled as he pushed people aside. Suna screamed as someone grabbed his leg. 10th. Goku yelled. This is tough. Yamamoto panted. Too much difference in people. Just wait. I think of something. Na yelled as someone knocked him down. Or won't. Na. Yamamoto yelled but also was drowned in the endless line of people. We can't even attack because we can't move anywhere. Rio yelled. Let go of me. Damn it. I'm going to fall. Suna yelled as poles started falling down. There was a loud bang that filled the air. Reborn. I will win the pole. Knocking with my dying will. Suna yelled. So if the leader doesn't touch the ground, Narad smirked, all bruised up. If that's the way then, Goku understood. I see. Rio yelled and punched the guy out of his face. This way Suna, Yamamoto yelled, and the three of them gathered together. Okay. Suna yelled and jumped on top of them. Aim for the leader. He pointed his finger towards Hibari. Narad took point and kicked people aside, letting Yamamoto to concentrate on carrying Suna while Goku and Rio kept kicking people who tried to intervene from the sides. Let's go. Suna yelled. Hibari smirked. That's more like it. Hey, Leonard, you just hooked my leg, didn't you? Goku yelled suddenly. Quit kidding me, Octopus. You're the one who kicked my leg. Rio screamed back. What did you say? Goku yelled. They ended up forgetting the contest and punched each other, dropping Suna in the process. Then suddenly, everyone started attacking Suna. What the hell you think you're doing, you, __. Goku yelled and hurried to defend Suna, fighting his way through the crowd. I'll kill you all. Those who want to fight, bring it on. He, Rio, Yamamoto, and Naruto ended up taking by themselves the half of the enemy team. At some point, rules were forgotten, and Goku threw dynamite in the air while Naruto filled the field with smoke screens. Why is this happening? Suna screamed as he tried to escape the explosions. That was the best festival ever. Na laughed wholeheartedly as he lied at the riverside with others. They were banged up already. Downside is that my hands hurt like hell after today's scuffle. Stop whining for face. Goku panted next to him. It's all your fault for suggesting on taking both teams at the same time. It's okay, isn't it? Yamamoto laughed next to Goku. This was a fun day, right? Senpai. Extreme. Rio yelled from top of his lungs. This day was full of extreme. I want to do it again. Extreme. Well, boss, how you liked it? Suna withered in his underwear next to Rio as the end of the line. This was truly unforgettable day, he muttered. Good work everyone. Reborn walked to them, a smile on his face. As a prize of your hard work, I'm allowing you to take small vacation. Vacation. Everyone asked interest. Did you like it? Now it's time to return to normal life. Reborn asked and walked away. Don't to do your homeworks. He yelled as he disappeared. There was a moment of silence. Reborn. This wasn't any vacation. Suna yelled and ran after him. You just allowed us to lie there for a few seconds and called it a vacation. There he goes again. Na sighed, a smile on his face. Boss really needs to learn to take a little easier. All that stress will cause him an ulcer if he's not careful. Shut up for face. Goku barked at him. 10th doesn't have to worry about anything like that. If you say so. Left earlobe. He snickered to his own joke as others started to laugh with him, excluding Goku, who only got angrier about this. Na was practicing his archery. He took a deep breath and aimed with his ceremonial bow. He held his breath before releasing the string and allowing the arrow fly with the wind. Hit the center. Hit the center. He prayed in his mind. The arrow struck clearly to the exterior of the target's bull's eye. You mother peep. I will foo peep raw peep your as peep before ripping your bee peep through your mouth. He cursed loudly. What's wrong? Narrat, __, why you screaming so loudly for face? Did something happen? Nah. Na turned around. Boss. Everyone. He glared the target quickly before walking to them. Nothing. I just missed the target again. Goku snorted. What can you expect from an idiot like you? He turned his face away and lighted his cigarette when Narrat suddenly shot an arrow, snapping his cigarette in tea. Whoa, don't underestimate me, Smoke Factory, he muttered angrily. Amazing. Suna whispered, equally shocked as Goku, while Yamamoto only laughed. If you're this good, then why? If I knew, I would have corrected it years ago. Narrat answered and placed the bow to rest on his shoulder. Do you need anything, boss? Nothing. I just came to ask if you felt like hanging around today. Na nodded. Sure. I don't feel like hitting anything either. Just wait for me while I put my things away. Sure. Suna nodded. They walked down the street. Goku and Suna walked first. Goku right side of Suna and Yamamoto, and Naruto behind them. Naruto looked around for a while. Where's Reborn? He had some old friend coming to town. Suna answered. So he had a play date with someone. Yamamoto asked. Did your mom take him? All three of his friends looked at him. What an idiot. They thought. What kind of friend? Na asked. I don't know, but most likely another weirdo. Suna answered nervously. He thought of Byank, Lambo, and Dr. Shamel. Don't go calling my friends weirdos. Oh. Reborn. Suna screamed and looked around. Where are you? The sewer hole opened and Reborn was raised higher with a chair. Chazo, Reborn, what are you doing here? Suna screamed. I'm here to warn you. Reborn said. Warn me. There's an assassin in the town who was hired to kill the next boss of Bongola. Reborn explained and looked into his eyes. He's coming for you. Ah. No way. Why? Why did it happen to me? I don't even want to be associated with Mafia. Now there's an assassin's after me. Don't worry, 10th. I will protect you. Goku yelled and punched his chest. Reborn-san, do you know where this assassin is now? Yes. Reborn answered. His head fell numb and a bubble appeared from his nose. He started snoring quietly and the chair was lowered back into sewer hole. He fell asleep. Suna screamed, starting to panic. What I'm going to do first? We should find a place where we can protect you, boss. Na answered. That's right. 10th. Your safety comes first. Goku added suddenly. Is this another game? Sound interesting. Yamamoto laughed. Gee. Guys. Suna looked at them, little happy that they were there for him. But didn't you hear? There's someone after my life. I can't take you with me. It will be dangerous. Speaking like the true boss. Boss. Na smirked and placed his arm around his shoulder. Don't worry. We're here so that nothing will harm you. Right, guys? Why you? Goku tightened his jaw and glared at him. I'm his right-hand man. It's my job to say things like that. Ooh. Really? I thought I was his right-hand man. Yamamoto asked, confused. Why you? Goku pulled out his dynamite. Shall I blow you up right here and now? Wait, guys. We don't have time for this. Suna rushed to stop them. Let's get you safe first. Na said, I'm not taking orders from you. Goku yelled. This way, 10th. I know a safe place. Oh. Okay. Wait. Where is it? Na asked. What? Goku glared. What is it for you? We don't know anything about this assassin, Na said firmly. He can be using guns, knives, poison, or some other imaginative way. He might care for civilians and doesn't like to show his face. Or he doesn't care what comes between him and his target and is willing to kill a whole city just to complete his mission. He might be waiting he stopped when others looked at him. Sweat dropped. He cleared his throat. I read a lots of shonen mangas. He explained anyway. Let's get going. Goku yelled. I won't let that assassin come 20 feet closer to the 10th. So they ran through streets and back alleys. Goku almost blew up a cat that had been jumping in garbage twice. Yamamoto kept laughing and that made the other two very pissed off. Suna just kept panicking. Then Goku smirked and pointed towards an apparent building. That's my place, he exclaimed proudly. Wow, Goku, you really live in an expensive looking building. Yamamoto whistled impressed. While Suna had forgotten his danger for a minute, Naruto hadn't. This is your safe place. Your place. What's wrong with it, other than its second most likely place for us to show up? No, not at all. And that it's easy to find a Naruto. Suna calmed him down. Perhaps you should ease down those mongas. You really think so? Na asked, like forgetting the argument before. Anyway, let's get inside before they turned towards the front door when a caped man landed between them. Don't move, the man said with a menacing voice. He's here, Suna screamed. But before he could even notice, everyone stepped between him and the assassin. Just when both Goku and Naruto were about to reach for their weapons, a shot was fired from inside his cape, so it left a hole in his cape. Make a wrong move and I will kill you all. Everyone lowered their hands slowly. Vong X, the assassin said and looked at Suna. Come with me. There was a moment of silence. Suna didn't know what to do. He didn't want to die, but his friends were in danger because of him. Okay, you win. Na suddenly stepped forward, shaking his head. I'm Vongola X. Everyone looked shocked at him. What? Suna started to scream, but Na cut him off. These are my subordinates, Na explained and walked forward right in front of the assassin. If you want to, you can take me with you. Brave assassin said quietly and fired a gun. But foolish, Naruto fell to the ground, lifeless. Blood was covering the sidewalk. You didn't think I would check out who's my real target before coming here? Yuba, Goku and Yamamoto were about to rush. Stop or I will kill you both. Man yelled. I only want Vongil X. Come here now. Reborn. Help me. Suna thought. He was shaking from fear. Fine. Man pulled out a gun under his coat and pulled the trigger. There was a loud bang and then silence. Suna quietly cracked his eyes open. He didn't even remember that he had closed them. Assassin was holding a gun, but no one was dead. On the contrary, there was flag coming out of the barrel. It said bang on big letters. You really are just as hopeless as Reborn said. Man muttered, shaking his head, and put the gun away. Wah. Everyone stood there shocked. What is going on? Itachi here is an old friend of mine. Reborn appeared out of nowhere. He's a master gunman and assassin. So I asked him to give you a little lesson here. Itachi removed his cape so his face became visible to them. Nice to meet you, Vongulth BB. But Naruto-kun, look more closely, you idiot. Reborn told, annoyed. Everyone rushed to Na. The blood was tomato juice. I only shot him with this. Itachi answered and showed his gun to everyone. It's a harmless air gun. Bullets hurt like hell, but won't do any real damage. He continued with a monotone voice. The sound was coming from a tape. He showed a tape recorder and pushed the play button. There was another loud bang. He's just in shock from being shot. He should come around in an hour or so. Thank God. Suna sighed. Goku stepped forward, sweating badly. That idiot pulling a stunt like that. He deserves to be shot now. Now. Yamamoto laughed when the situation had resolved. Maybe we should get him inside, Goku. Only because he was willing to die for boss. I wasn't willing to die for bosses, Naruto whispered with low voice. Narukuna yelled, relieved. What do you mean? You weren't? Itachi asked. You should have really known that I was going to kill you soon anyway. I was trying to save him. Na answered with a light smirk on his face and roughly sat up. Hey? Goku asked, confused. What the hell is the difference? You don't know it? Na asked, confused as Yamamoto helped him to stand up. Ow 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 ow. He clenched his stomach. It hurts like hell. Easy now. Gokua. Yamamoto took Naruto into Gokua's apartment. Suna bowed to Itachi and rushed after them. He has a good family. Itachi muttered as he watched after them. Gokua yelled something to Yamamoto and Naruto, who laughed together with Suna. You really are amazing. Reborn. Me? Reborn asked, confused. It's all his own doing. I just give him the nudge to the right direction when he needs it. He turned around. And Itachi, by the way. Yes. Loose the cape. Reborn said, it's embarrassing and it makes you look like a pervert. When I start taking fashion advices, you will be the last person I come to. A baby who dresses like a hitman, Itachi muttered and walked away. Pervert, he huffed. OYH. Don't tell me your feelings are hurt. Reborn smirked under his hat. Few days later, Suna walked home from school when he met a big-headed baby. The baby defeated the dog that had been chasing him without even touching the thing. When he told about it to Reborn, he only sighed and smiled sadly. I guess there are some people who believe in things like that even at your age. He had said pitifully. Then the next day, he was whipping the floors of the hallway, thinking over and over the meeting with the mysterious baby. Ya K, boss? Na asked as he walked past him. He had dressed as sloppily as ever. A real delinquent if you asked from people around him. It was such a mystery how this guy could be so different during different occasions. During archery, he was calm and composed. Not a single piece of clothing was out of order. But any time but archery, he would easily fit in delinquent's description. Like now, he even had bruised eye, but didn't seem to even notice it. He was smiling at least, so Suna didn't want to mention it. Narokan, your stomach okay? Suna asked, trying to forget what he had just thought. Of course, Naruto laughed, smirked proudly. I've taken worse beatings many times in my life. Bullet like that won't even slow me down. How you can say something like that with such pride? Suna thought, shocked. Yet you fainted, which is even more embarrassing than actually dying. Goku, who walked past them, carrying buckets of water in both hands. If 10th was going to do cleaning, he would too. Excuse me, 10th. Shut up. Na yelled after him. You smoke factory on feet. What was that? Goku Dera threw his buckets away, throwing all the water over some girls, but didn't care. I'll blow you away. Naruto raised his leg, ready to kick. I'll kick your. Suna didn't want to get into middle again, but didn't know what to do until he noticed the mysterious baby talking to Kyoko-chan and her friend Kurakawa. Maybe. Then the baby turned towards him and rushed to him. What? Suna asked. After few hand signs, he was able to deduce that he wanted him to get to the roof. He chased after the strange baby at the roof. Baby had changed clothes and was holding a pork bun. Suna asked, confused, what is going on? Na and Gokua were both panting. They had been fighting and wouldn't stop no matter what. They had even beaten down 2 disciplinary committee members who had tried to cut in. Only when Yamamoto had thrown himself over both their shoulders with his usual smirk had they stopped. Gokua huffed and corrected his outfit. Where did 10th go? Suna. I haven't seen him. Yamamoto shrugged. He must have gone to the roof. Na suggested and started to pick his things up. When he stood up, he was alone with Yamamoto. What is it? Nothing. Yamamoto smirked. I just came to tell you that we're both in cleaning duty with Suna. I never clean. Na answered and followed him towards the roof. That's not right, you know. Yamamoto yelled and ran after him. As they opened the door, something was flying towards them. Yamamoto. Throw it. Yamamoto narrowed his eyes. Catch it. Back home. He screamed and threw the ball with all his strength. What the hell is going on? Naruto asked just as something exploded right above them. So this guy came to kill you? 10th Gokua asked after they had safely retreated to Sawada residence. He doesn't look like that, does he? Na asked, confused. Are you sure? I am, though he is kind. Suna said he helps people. Reborn jumped to the table while holding a picture. This isn't Suna. Everyone turned around to face him. They saw a guy who was definitely not 10th. Goku yelled angrily. It seems that he's extremely nearsighted. Reborn answered, just get glasses for crying out loud. Suna screamed frustrated. Few days later, Suna returned home. It had been first relaxing day in a long time. Reborn nor Lambo had appeared at school. Gokua and Na hadn't fought with each other. On-san hadn't made any entrances. He had even got a chance to exchange greetings with Kyoko-chan. In all, It had been a very relaxing day. And by now he should have already learned that there is no such thing as very relaxing day for him anymore. And he too realized it now. What is this? There was at least an army of black-suited men standing right in front of his own house. What was going on? Excuse me, can I pass? He stuttered, trying to get attention of someone. Sorry, but no, only members of Sada family are allowed to pass here. One of the scary-looking men said with cold voice, but I am Sawada Sununoshi. The crowd woke up and everyone turned their attention to him. That's him. That's the future 10th leader. Then they quickly made a pass for him and Suna rushed through. Reborn, it must be his doing. What has he done this time? He rushed inside his own room. Reborn, what did you do now? Eek. They're in my room, too. He thought as he saw a big chair in his room. We meet finally, Bongolanth. The chair turned around. I've waited to meet you. Goku yawned as he walked towards 10th's house. It was important that his right-hand man would be first to greet him. Now that both the baseball idiot and fourth face were out of the way, there was some commotion in front of his house. But it didn't seem to be any immediate danger, and 10th seemed to be safe. There he was. He saw 10th exiting his house. Now with clear and loud to make a good impression. Good morning, 10th. 10th turned around happy of seeing him first. I woke up early so I decided to take a stroll and ended up here. He smiled. But anyway, these guys, he glared around. Who are they? Hey, smoking bomb brat. It's our first time meeting, right? Dino greeted him. That tattoo bucking horse Dino. Goku Dera's eyes glared more angrier. Who is he? Everyone turned around to see Naruto standing there. Yo, boss earlobe. I met up with Yamamoto on my way here. Hey Suna Gokua. Yamamoto greeted them happily. You're going to be late. He threw himself over their shoulders. Hello. He greeted Dino. Reborn. Na nodded to him and Dino. He didn't understand the situation, but being polite to people was just good manners. Wait up. He ran after others. So that's Suna's family. Dino looked after them. A bunch of kids. You seem concerned. Reborn asked. Of course. It's about the family of my sworn brother who reminds me of my past. What are you thinking? Anything good? The most important thing for a family is trust. If I don't see it, I won't approve them. Then why not test them? Reborn smirked. Suna and the others walked towards the school and Gokua told others how Dino had rebuilt his family's fortune after it being ruined by the previous generation. Thanks to him, his family is now third important in our alliance. That's amazing. Suna was really amazed. I see. Naruto muttered with a weird voice. What? Gokua asked angrily. You don't believe me? No. It's just that I got this book in my mailbox this morning and wondered what it was. He showed him a book which title said, Bongal is Friends and Allies. It said the same thing. You get that? Goku stuttered. I said it already. It was in my mailbox earlier this morning. Na answered and stuffed it inside his back. It must have been reborn. Suna whispered defeated and decided to change the subject. Dino-san is really cool to be able to do something like that. Either way, I don't like him. Why everyone older than me is an enemy. Gokua answered darkly. When is your birthday? Na asked suddenly. September 9th. So what? Na smirked. That means we're not enemies, right? When is your birthday? Naruto-kun. Suna asked. 10th of October. He answered with a smirk. That means I'm younger than you. I hate you even if you were young as Reborn-san. Goku cursed. This mafia you were talking just now. Yamamoto started carefully. Everyone turned their attention to him. That's a weird company name, isn't it? He smirked. Both Naruto and Gokua felt like falling down. There should be a limit to thickheadness by law, he muttered. Then suddenly, a red sport car stopped right next to them. Watch it, you idiot. He screamed after being almost hit by the car. Then suddenly, before anyone could do anything, a rope flew and snatched Suna away. The car speeded again and disappeared from sight. No way. Suna screamed as he was pulled away. 10th Suna boss there. Yakuza called Momokyokai that controls this area. Reborn-san. Gokua yelled as he noticed the baby on the ground. Yakuza is Japanese mafia. You middle schoolers won't stand a chance against an adult mafia. Leave it to the police. Like hell, I'd leave it to them. Gokua yelled with furious voice and run after the car. Well, leave cops to you, boy. Yamamoto yelled over his shoulder. Naruto followed them. We must follow them quickly. They rushed through the neighborhood. Where is their headquarters? Goku asked, turning his attention towards the two locals. I don't know. Yamamoto shrugged. I never had any problems with Yakuzas before. Na shook his hand. I didn't ask that. We must get there quickly before anything happens to 10th. I know, but it's not like they will be keeping a huge sing over their office or here. Look at that. Yamamoto pointed upwards from them. Both turned their heads towards it. Few words were painted into the windows. Momokai. Naruto could feel Goku's eyes on his back. No need to say it, he muttered. Let's just storm the place. Okay. Goku smirked and lighted a cigarette. I don't need you to tell me that, and was about to light a dynamite when Yamamoto stopped him. If you use dynamite here, you might hurt Sununa. Goku cursed and put the dynamites away. Let's go old school then. He kicked the door open. Where is 10th? His voice echoed through the building. The first floor didn't have that many guards, and by their stupid looks, they didn't know anything about the whereabouts of 10th. Na kicked them out of the way. Let's go ask the director himself. Goku smirked. Yes. They walked upstairs and Goku kicked the second door open that day. Where is 10th? He yelled. Na noticed that the room was full of young men. What's with these BRZ? One of them asked, annoyed. They don't seem to understand what you mean. He muttered and stepped forward. Let me be the translator. I can help. Yamamoto stepped forward. Can you tell us where our friend is? One of the Yakuzas asked. What is that Brad talking about? Throw 'em out. What are those guys doing downstairs? When someone was about to touch Naruto's arms to drag him away, he kicked it away and then knocked the guy out. You don't understand. One of our friends is missing. We want to know where he is. He raised his leg. It seems that negotiations have broken down. Everyone stood up now. Let's kick their asses. Goku yelled. And it didn't take long to take everyone out of the room. Now, where is he? Naruto asked with menacing voice and kicked one of the guys into the guts. Tell me and I'll stop kicking. Everyone had picked the guy to interrogate. Spill it. Goku demanded. Can you tell me where he is? Yamamoto tried to ask kindly. Then the door opened. Boss. Naruto yelled and kicked the guy out. 10th sooner. Everyone rushed to him. You're safe. Goku punched the guy away. You look fine. Yamamoto smirked. Everyone sighed relieved. You had a worried, you know. Naruto smiled. What did you do? You brought new bunch of Yakuzas entered the room. They just keep coming. Goku cursed. Let's take them. Na said and walked forward. Wait, you kids can stand down now. Dino stopped them. Besides, they're not like the youngsters you just beat up. You can't do it. Leave adults to another adult. First, he tried talking to them. I'm in charge of things that happened here. I'm willing to pay everything if you will forget everything that happened here. You could say that it failed. Well, take your money. All right. The head of the group smirked. But you guys aren't going anywhere. The negotiations have failed again. Na sighed. I guess we'll have to return with force. Dino raised his whip. He was going to use force. Here I come. He slashed the whip and it hit Goku's, Yamamoto's, Naruto's, and finally his own face. What the hell? Goku screamed. Oh. WWW. Yamamoto yelled. I hid myself too. What is the matter with you? Na screamed. Suna started panicking when Yakuzas attacked shore of their prey. Wait. No way. Someone help me. The one who is going to help you is the 10th. Reborn smirked through his scope. That's you. He fired 3 shots. Here's some help for you, Reborn. I will beat Yakuza with my dying will. He screamed as his own hands started to enlarge like crazy. He started beating Yakuzas like it was his dying will. Soon is pretty good. Dino smirked as he watched his fight. Then someone managed to sneak behind his back and was about to hit Suna's unguarded back. Watch out. There was an explosion. Are you okay? 10th. Goku asked. Well, watch your back. Yamamoto smirked. So just keep your eyes in the prize. Na added. These guys. Dino sat there in awe. We can't lose to them, boss. Rario and others came through the door. Why are you slacking by yourself? That's so uncool. You guys, Dino gasped. God, you guys are so noisy. He stood up and strained his whip. Okay, let's have fun. And with that, the fight was already settled. Back at home, Dino was ready to say goodbyes. I'm impressed. I can leave sooner to you guys. No. Leave me. It's not like that. Suna tried to argue. I'm going to go shopping with my men now. Dino stood up. Cr. Ciao. Reborn said to him. Naruto's side relived. What is it? 10th. I thought you hated Dino-san, so I thought you might turn on him for what he caused today. He just talks big and is petty. Goku answered, I'd rather not pay attention to him. Suna was about to argue when there was a loud bang when Dino fell down the stairs. Are you okay, D? Suna stumbled to his own feet and fell down right over him. 10th Goku screamed. Are you okay, Sukan? Nana yelled from the kitchen. Would you ask Dino-san if he's going to stay for dinner? Then she noticed the racket and Suna lying over Dino. Ah. You must be so happy for having an older brother like that. I'm so happy. Are you going to stay for dinner? Suna asked. Mama's cooking is the best. Dino answered, and with that, Dino was introduced to the Bongolanth and then I just beat up those delinquents. Goku finished his story which he had told with greatest pride. They won't be bothering me anymore. Didn't I do great 10th? He asked like a puppy needing attention. This is what Naruto thought while eating his lunch quietly. Why yeah. Suna nodded not daring to disagree. But Goku Dera, you really shouldn't try to pick a fight with every person who you see. It isn't nice. Yamamoto said. Tch. Goku huffed. It's not my fault everyone tries to pick a fight with me. I just defend myself. Actually, it is. Na interrupted and everyone looked at him. You weak of trouble. All you need to do is just to walk into a room and your testosterone will do the rest. What was that you for face? Goku yelled and took his face next to Naruto's. You want a piece of me? I already ate. Na answered but glared back. But I don't mind another snack. Bring it on. Goku yelled and stood up. Ma, don't fight. Yamamoto stepped between them, laughing. Anyway, what do we have on our next period? Suna asked, trying to change the subject. It's P. Yamamoto answered absent-mindedly. I hope we play baseball. I think I could hit home runs a lot. It's thanks to that kid's special training. Suna shivered when he remembered the hell they had gone through that day. First, those grenades, steel balls, shape-shifting bat, and denosing Naruto to improve. He had supervised when Naruto had shot arrows from the roof and then told him to try out the sniper rifle. Suna had thought he would die, but it was true. Yamamoto was now stronger and Naruto was now more accurate. Even Goku was on high spirits. Not that any of those were a good thing. What are you doing, boss? Na asked. They had already moved to the door. The class is about to start. Oh. Okay. Suna stumbled up and ran forward. They were playing football on P for Yamamoto's disappointment. Okay team. Na yelled loudly and everyone looked at him. He and Yamamoto were on one team and Suna and Goku are on the other. If we want to win 'em, we have to play this out carefully. Why? Someone asked. They have Goku and Boss. Na explained. Those two are most definitely the most dangerous people in the team. W may be Goku, but no good Suna. Come on. Yamamoto threw himself over Complainer's shoulder. You shouldn't underestimate him, you know. He smiled. Okay. Oh. Okay. The guy gulped and backed away. What's with him? Yamamoto asked, confused. I don't know. Na shrugged equally confused. He had spent so much time with Yamamoto already that he didn't even realize how weird it was when a guy threw himself on another's shoulders. Anyway, I need you two to go and keep the defense busy and you three to keep their attack busy. Me and Yamamoto will deal with Boss and Goku. Okay. Suna and Goku, who observed this from another end of the field, amazed. Asuna was amazed. Goku was just angry. I will blow that guy into pits. He cursed under his breath. Goku on Suna calmed him down. But it's really amazing how he's so naturally taking the lead of the team and how easy it's for people to follow his orders. Even people who wouldn't normally go with him, he can easily convince them his way. 10th Goku whispered, don't worry, 10th. I'm sure that you're much better leader. Come on, show to him who's the boss of the family. But soon before he could even say a word, a ball flew right into his face. Ow. 10th Goku Dera screamed. Who kicked it? He pulled out his dynamite. The kicked it. It's okay. Suna smiled and rubbed his face. Ooh. The ball. He chased after it. Damn that bastard who kicked at 10th. Goku yelled. Where is he? No one dared to come forward. Fine. If I'll just kick all your asses until someone confesses. That's not nice, you know. Yamamoto tried to calm him down. It was an accident, right? Goku glared at him. Was it you? Ha, did you kick the ball? Oh. Of course not. Yamamoto laughed nervously. My aim within football is terrible. And I didn't even get to touch the ball. Then who did you see it? Oi, Erlo, calm down. Na stepped forward. Boss said it was okay, so why won't you let it go? It's an insult to the boss and to the family if the boss gets hurt. Yeah, but Naruto placed his hands behind his head, kicking ordinary nerds and brought, you know, I don't really enjoy that. Not that I enjoy fighting at all. Fighting is bad in any case, but it was an accident. What if the guy who kicked the ball apologized? Wouldn't that be okay? Yamamoto asked. Goku looked from Yamamoto to Na and back. He was clearly outnumbered here, and they did have a point. Everyone in their class was just weak nerds. It would bring shame to the 10th if don't try to manipulate me. 10th was hurt and he must be revenged. Damn, so close. Naruto sighed and took a moment to think. Goku, if you want to be boss's right-hand man, you should know not to pick on weaklings like these. Goku pouted. That did make sense. Fine. He spat and put his dynamite away and took a cigarette. Good. Na raised his head. Ichiro, you can come out now. I promise he won't hurt you. Some very scared-looking kid came out of the crowd shaking. Are you sure? You knew? Goku Dera yelled. And you didn't tell me because creating havoc aimlessly also brings shame to the family and to the boss. Na said with very serious tone but held his fingers in victory sign. Damn you. Suna ran back seemingly pale and dropped the ball to the ground. I am not feeling so well. I am going to go to a nurse's office. He stumbled away. What's with him? Na asked, confused. Maybe the ball hit harder than we thought. 10th. Goku screamed, shocked, and disappeared in that second. Don't go to that, doctor. He will only make it worse. We better go with him. Naruto gulped uncomfortably. Yamamoto nodded and they rushed after them. Like Goku had suspected, the school nurse, Drive. Shimal only made it worse. He kicked Suna painfully into head and then kicked him and his friends out of his office and slammed the door behind them. Read the sign, he yelled. Everyone gazed at the sign on the door. No guys, everyone's sweat dropped at this. Should we take you to a hospital? 10th. You're not dying, are you? It's okay. Suna calmed him down. I just thought I saw something that couldn't happen. He wobbled away. Tell sensei that I won't be around on the next hour. 10th. I'll escort you. Goku yelled and rushed after him. Na and Yamamoto looked at each other and shrugged. I will skip school. Thought I might hit the arcade or something. You want to come? Sure. Yamamoto smirked and they walked away. Hey, are you sure it's okay? 10th. Goku asked as he practically carried him into his room. You're feeling okay? I'm sure. Suna tried to calm him down when he opened the door. I'm home, Reborn. He screamed as he noticed that Reborn was having a coffee with the exact same boy who he thought had been a hallucination. Who is this kid? Sonny, please help me. The ranking fooder asked with puppy dog eyes. That's really amazing. Yamamoto whistled impressed when he saw Naruto's results. You topped every other name in the game. Na dramatically rolled the play gun around his finger and blew the smoke of the pipe. This is easy, Yamamoto yawned. Is it just me or is the pink becoming more popular? Na turned around. The arcade did have more pink in it than usually. Then he saw the Sings on the other side of the street with big hearts. It's about time for the Valentine's Day. Oh yeah. Yamamoto punched his palm, figuring it out. Do you think you're getting any chocolate? He jokingly elbowed Naruto to the side. Na snorted. Unlikely. Girls in our class don't even dare to hand me notes, let alone chocolate. What about you? You're pretty popular with the ladies. What? I understand. You really think so? Yamamoto asked. I haven't really noticed. Na glanced right behind Yamamoto. Right now, a couple of schoolgirls were whispering and giggling and looking at him. You're really a dimwit, he said, and they walked out of the arcade. So, what do you want to do now? Right then, a group of men in very nice Italian clothes pushed him aside and ran away. Watch where you're going. Naruto yelled angrily, but the men didn't care. I wonder what that was all about. Yamamoto asked. You want what? Goku screamed shocked. Reborn-san, you're not seriously considering that 10th would protect this kid, are you? That's sooner to decide, Reborn said smugly and zipped his coffee. Sona ni? Fuda asked with his puppy dog eyes. Please help me. 10th. Gokua whispered. Okay. Suna sighed defeated. 10th. We have a problem. Gokua glared down from the window. The group that Fuda was escaping from had found their way into Suna's home. What should we do? Suna gulped. We can't just abandon him. But those guys are mafia. He screamed. Reborn. What should we do? That's you to decide. Try act a bit more like a boss. Didn't you say just this morning that you wanted to be a better leader after watching Naruto's work? How do you even know that? And I never said anything like that. Suna screamed. And that has nothing to do with this. Suna ni? Fuda begged with puppy dog eyes. Suna hated himself for what he was about to say. Well he whispered defeated. 10th. Gokua nodded firmly. Then I shall deal with those idiots. Wait, there are too many of them. Suna stopped him. Let's try something else. Hey, what do you think you're doing in front of this house? Naruto's voice yelled from outside. Do you have something to talk about with Suna? Yamamoto replied politely. Naruto-kun. Yamamoto. Suna screamed. Those idiots. Gokua cursed. You should go and help them. Reborn kicked Gokua into the back and he flew out of the window. Goku Dera Yamamoto and Naruto asked together when he crashed right on top of someone important. What the hell is going on? These guys are enemy. Goku yelled and pulled out his dynamite. Destroy them. When Gokua started a brawl, Naruto and Yamamoto only looked bit shocked how things were progressing. What should we do? Yamamoto asked trying to keep the smile on his face. I don't know. Na laughed nervously. Erlo sees enemies everywhere. Then one of the mafia guys tried to sneak behind him and hit him into head, but Yamamoto intercepted the guy with a punch. I guess we should try to deal with these guys attacking us like that. He shook his head disapprovingly. Na didn't reply, but kicked one of the guys out of his way. No way. Suna screamed as he followed the fight below. Everyone is fighting. You should use this chance to get food out of here. Reborn told him. Those guys might not last long, and if they get their hands on him, their sacrifice will be for nothing. Don't talk about them like they're dead. In any case, get going. Reborn kicked Suna outside the house. See? Come on, Fuda. Quickly, he rushed out of the house, but kept looking over his shoulder. Sounds of explosives and fighting were clear as day. He could see a large dark cloud rising from Naruto's smoke screens, and if he really concentrated, he could hear the slashing sound. Everyone don't worry about them. Sun Si Fuda smiled. Those three are among the strongest in your school. I rank them and they're able to beat those guys. You're so sure. Of course. My rankings have never failed me. Fuda exclaimed proudly. Just when Suna was about to reply, a yell interrupted them. They both turned their heads to see that three goons were following them. Stop right there, BRZ. They're here. Suna screamed and dashed off. Actually, for once, he ran so fast that he couldn't be caught, but he left Fuda behind. Oh my god, that's the last of them. Gokua swept his hand satisfied. 10th will be so proud of me and my team leading skills. What team leading? Na asked. You only yelled and kicked people. And I think you tried to blow me up couple times, too. I'm his right-hand man. Goku yelled. I'm the position vice, Na argued. I outrank you. I keep telling you that there is no such spot. And I'm telling you that I'm the new vice boss. Na yelled and spat some blood and spit to the ground. Or do I have to make myself through you? Bring it on. Stop it, you two. Reborn jumped on them and kicked them both down. Do you notice something missing? 10th. Gokua screamed. He's not here. But then Suna in his boxes walked home little awkwardly. He had first beaten the mafia's men, but then he had to escape police officers who took him as a pervert. It was hard, especially when Fuda was dragging him down with his eyes, which were now full of admiration. Are you okay, guys? He asked after he finally could relax. Never better. Yamamoto smirked. We beat these kidnappers. Is that the kid they were after? Yes, this is Fuda. Never mind him. Gokua brushed off. Are you okay? Are you hurt? Sunyuna is awesome. And Fuda told how great Suna had been when he defeated Mafia's men alone and by doing so proved Fuda's ranking wrong. Goku nodded understanding while Suna looked himself around in awe at the body count. You were able to defeat all of them. Well, few of them managed to escape, but I think I can find them if you want to. Na nodded. No need to such things. Really? Suna sweat dropped. Really? Naruto-kun, you're so absorbed into this mafia world already. I guess it's in my blood or something. He shrugged and smirked. But it really is fun. I think so, too. Yamamoto laughed. Playing mafia with friends like this. You people should get yourself fixed. Reborn said to them, you all need fixing up. Expect Suna who only run away. That's not true. Reborn-san, Goku yelled. It was to secure this brat, so he had to leave. What's going on? Haru walked to the scene. Suna-san, what happened? Haru, what are you doing here? Suna asked. Who this? Na asked from Yamamoto, who scratched the back of his head awkwardly. Well, it's hard to say. My name is Mioraru. She turned quickly facing Na. I'm Suna-san future wife. Wah. Na was shocked. Really? No, not really. Suna screamed when Goku yelled at the same time. You're still saying that, you stupid woman. But that's true, Haru said firmly. I had no idea. Na was still in shock before quickly bending his neck. I'm truly sorry for being so disrespectful, my dearest Madonna Haru, an lady in Italy. Usuaki Na, I work as your husband's second in command. Nice to meet you. Haru bowed back like there wasn't anything wrong with this picture. I'm glad that my husband has someone else than that jerk Goku in his staff. They're already at the same level. Suna screamed shocked. It's only natural. Reborn said, Na is your vice boss. He is charge of the family when you're on your honeymoon. But she's not my wife. She's not even my girlfriend. Suna screamed from top of his lungs. But other than Goku, no one even noticed. The next day was the Valentine's, and the school was full of pink. 10th. Let's eat together. Goku smiled brightly. Gawk. Suna was about to reply when he suddenly turned around. Shut up, you annoying, and stopped following me around. Goku barked like a mad dog to a group of girls who were squealing and asking him to take their chocolates. His bark didn't seem to have much effect on them. Stupid, he muttered, and quickly as he had turned into a wild dog, he turned back into whipped puppy. Sorry about that. 10th. He apologized quickly and sat to the table. It's just that those girls are so annoying. You're as popular as ever. Suna smiled. Answer is Yamamoto. They glanced at the other side of the room where the said person was accepting chocolates from every girl around him. That baseball idiot trying to outscore 10th. Why would boss need any chocolate from anyone? Na asked as he sat down. He already has a wife, doesn't he? Haru isn't my wife. Suna screamed, but Na ignored him completely when he argued with Goku about importance of being popular. But he already has someone, so he doesn't need to be any more popular with girls than he already is. Na said angrily. That's why I already told you that idiot woman isn't 10th's wife. But Madonna Haru said she is in between your word against hers. Well, that isn't really a contest. But even 10th has been saying that. When did boss ever say anything like that? Just leave me alone. Suna whispered defeated. So boss, are you expecting chocolate from anyone else than Madonna? I keep telling you. Suna tried but decided to give up. I don't know. Girls are all idiots if they don't see 10th's greatness. Goku nodded firmly before suddenly turning around to bark at girls again. You're not satisfied with anything, are you? Na muttered before suddenly standing up. Well, I'm off. What? Everyone looked at him suddenly. Where? There's this new shop in downtown I want to visit today. What kind of shop? Yamamoto asked as he finally reached Suna's desk. A sports shop. Na smirked. I wish to see if they got this new bow I've been looking for. But classes. I don't really care about my attendance records. Na shrugged and smiled, but for some reason, Suna wasn't completely convinced. So, if you don't mind, he took his bag and walked out of the door. He's so relaxed. Suna whispered enviously. That bastard acting the way he wants. Goku cursed and looked after him. Ha, is something in the matter? 10th. Suna flinched slightly before turning towards Goku, smiling. No, it's all right. We will be off now. 10th. Goku bowed obediently at the crossroads. Damn chocolates. He shook his bag angrily, dropping few pink packages. Thanks guys. Suna waved and walked into opposite direction. In the end, I didn't get any chocolate from anyone, not even from Kyoko-chan. Suna-san. He stopped on middle of a step and suddenly glanced over his shoulder to see Haru standing there, sunny self holding a package of chocolate wrapped in pie. NK. Happy Valentine's Day, Haru. Suna screamed, shocked before hanging his head depressed. I should have known that she would give me chocolate. He was about to accept for no other reason but politeness when she quickly snatched it away. Isn't that Yamamoto and Goku? Suna turned around to see his two subordinates standing there looking at something, their backs turned towards them. What are they doing? Suna whispered, confused, when they suddenly jumped behind the corner into hiding. Seriously, he was about to yell to them when he saw Naruto stepping out of some shop with a woman, a mature woman with light pink hair. She had very distant and cold aura around her. Haru launched herself into his back and grabbed tightly, trying to hide. Harris' husband's secretary is in a perverted relationship with an older woman. Suna laughed nervously. There were so many wrongs in that sentence that I don't even know where to start. But this is really strange. Ooh. Sada, what are you doing here? They jumped down to see Ryo with Kyoko walking towards them with her best friend Hana. On-san, Kyoko-chan. Suna yelled loudly but quickly shushed them. What is it, Suna? Kyoko asked and looked over his shoulder. What are those two idiots doing? Hana asked, bored. Haru shushed them quickly. We are shadowing Naruto-san, who has obviously gotten lured into a harmful relationship with an older woman. What? Everyone blinked when they saw Naruto and the mysterious woman walking towards them. They were concentrated in a conversation, so they didn't seem to notice when everyone jumped into hiding. Suna leaned towards a wall trying to hide himself. But why? Why should he hide himself? Would Naruto really start a relationship with an older woman? No way. Then he heard them talking. You should understand your situation very well, woman said with monotone voice as they passed them. You yourself have said that you're serious about this. I did say that, but what you're suggesting is just little too much too fast. If you understand, Na answered with unusually serious voice. There was a moment of silence. Fine. Let's talk about the details over there. She pointed towards a small Italian-style coffee shop across the street. They crossed the street and entered the cafe. Everyone thought it was all right. Come out of hiding. What was that all about? Ryo asked curiously. A real mystery. Haru whispered with a dramatic voice and Kyoko nodded accordingly. What is going on? No one asked you to come, you idiot woman. Goku barked angrily. Sorry. 10th. Me and this baseball idiot were on our way to home when we saw that face talking to that woman. We were about to go and talk to them when she suddenly pulled this weird envelope and handed it to Na. Yamamoto continued. He seemed quite shocked, whatever it had been. So Goku pulled me into hiding. What the hell is going on? Ryo asked loudly. We just explained that we don't know. Goku yelled at him. But can't you explain it more simply? No. Just sit back and stay quiet. While the two bickered, Suna looked very concerned at Naruto, who was sitting next to window. He seemed to be very stressed out about whatever that woman was talking about. He was still holding that envelope and every now and then stole a look from inside. Everything all right? Kyoko asked gently. You seemed worried. I just can't help to shake this feeling. That woman gives a bad feeling. Who is she? Maybe you should go and find out. Reborn appeared from somewhere. Su Reborn. What the hell are you doing here? And where did you come from? Don't mind that. Anyway, if boss has concerns about his family, he should clear them right away. Go and ask what is going on. He kicked Suna into back, forcing him to the street where a car suddenly pumped into him. 10th Suna, Sawada, Suna-sana. Everyone screamed in unison and rushed to help him. Next few minutes consisted about Goku trying to kill the man driving the car, Yamamoto trying to stop him, Ryo gently dragging Sun up, who said that he was okay, and girls just looking from sidelines. So no one noticed that the woman exited the coffee shop, leaving Naruto to sit alone. Woman walked through streets discreetly. She pulled out a phone and dialed. Chow, it's me. Yes, I've talked to him. I'm not sure. I gave him some time to think it over. I will make him understand. Chow. She closed the phone but stopped when she recognized the baby in front of her. Reborn-san, what is he planning? Reborn asked with quiet voice, his hat covering his eyes. Woman ignored his question and started walking. Your excellent progress will be reported. Reborn-san. She walked past him. He is only acting on based on your reports. Reborn didn't answer but started slowly walking towards Suna's home. Bianca's poison cooking should have run out by the time he would reach there. He had invited everyone to Suna's home to celebrate Valentine's Day and keep them away from Naruto. For now, he would have to think this through. Sasagawa Ryo was running laps through morning mist in town when he was stopped by a mysterious figure. On-san was attacked. Suna screamed shocked as they run to hospital. They had just heard the news of Oni-san being beaten by those same people who had been terrorizing students of Namamore Middle for some time now. Is he all right? We don't know until we get there. Reborn answered. Let's hurry. Suna W-na yawned loudly in the classroom. Is it over yet? No. It's not over yet, you idiot. Gokua answered tired and irritably who was sitting next to him. Where is 10th? How should I know? I saw him at the gates with Reborn. Okay. I'm out. Goku Dera stood up. Without 10th here, there is no reason for me to be here. You delinquent. Na yelled jokingly after him while teacher tried to stop him. Well, guess I'm going too. He yawned again and walked off. Yo. Yamamoto won't hit the arcade? He asked, ignoring teacher scoldings, which kept rising louder and louder. Yamamoto flinched when he woke up. Ha, wah. Yamamoto, don't sleep during class, teacher yelled angrily. But Yamamoto ignored him and looked over his shoulder at Na. You going somewhere? He mumbled. Arcade now, but classes aren't over. He rubbed his eyes sleepily. Where's Suna and Gokua? Smoke Factory left just now, and I have no idea where the boss is. Ah Huneun. Yamamoto leaned more comfortably behind his book. Whatever. Naruto sighed and moved out. Uzumaki teacher yelled after him, get back here now. Damn delinquents, he muttered under his breath. Na walked through streets searching for the new hunting shop he had heard couple weeks ago. He saw how many people quickly evaded him when he passed by, and for once, it wasn't because of his hair color, or not completely because of it. Na walked around, his mind occupied. It had been hell of a day, that damn Valentine's Day. 2 days ago, if he had been asked if he was serious about this mafia thing, he would only shrugged, smiled, and said something like, sure. But after yesterday, he realized how much it really waited to say such things. He was still holding on to that envelope that woman yesterday had given him. He stole a quick look from it. Vongolrest was printed on it. Should he? He shook his head quickly and hid the envelope back inside his clothes. Naruto reached the shop which was having an opening sale. Even if his allowance was very small and just enough for his own needs, he couldn't help himself but to buy this new crossbow they were marketing with an amazing discount. He had been down lately. This would cheer him up. It was 40% lighter to stretch and reload, yet it had 10% more efficient. He was itching to try it out. Please come back again, dear customer. Salesman yelled after him with a happy grin after a great sale. I sure will. And remember to call me soon as you get that new hunting bow. Okay. Na yelled back. I have your number in speed dial just as you requested. Man nodded happily. He had a sure customer here who didn't seem to care to spend his last yens to buy some quality weapons with decent price. Na hummed happily and held out his crossbow. Now the only thing he needed was something to test it on. Then something exploded. Don't underestimate Vongola. Goku Dera muttered and lighted his cigarette. The end. He leaned back lazily. This sure was dangerous after all. But the assassin was defeated and 10th is safe. Goku Dera, __, Suna screamed and run to him. 10th. Why are you here? I heard some you were in danger. Suna panted after a long run. I heard some people were after you. And you came just for me. Goku gasped happily. He bowed down proudly. Sorry for the trouble. I just took care of that guy. Then it was true. He's down somewhere over there. Gokua smiled and looked over to the body. He's not there. Thanks for saving the trouble, Shikusa said slowly, appearing behind them. Now, if you would just come with me, please be careful. 10th. Gokua pulled out his dynamite. This guy's weapons are JoJo's. But Suna could hardly breathe on his own, let alone respond. Seeing the assassin standing there bloody and cold, remembering On-san in the bed and what Reborn had said, it was just too much for him. Even if you say that, I can't move. Shikusa threw his JoJo and needles launched out. Suna closed his eyes, frightened, knowing that it would hurt soon. He was going to die, but nothing happened. Slowly, he cracked his eyes open. 10th. Goku's back whispered like he was in pain. Run. Please run away. He crashed to the ground, blood coming out of his chest. Goku drawn. Naruto run through streets following the sound of explosions and screams. Goku drawn boss. He gasped when he recognized the faint voice. I got to hurry. He couldn't move. He wanted, but none of his muscles listened to him. Come with me, Chikusa said and threw his JoJo. I got to run. I got to run. I must run. Suna screamed inside his head. Then suddenly something grabbed him and they avoided the needles. Safe. Yamamoto yelled proudly as they stopped. Home run. He smirked. Yamamoto Suna screamed as he recognized the person who had saved him. I heard that some people from our school got into fight and I thought it might be Goku or Naruto. Then his eyes glanced at Goku's lying body. Too bad I came in too late. He stood up staring angrily at Chikusa. Goku drawn Suna screamed. I get it. This isn't the quiet type, is he? Yamamoto said with dark voice using a very frightening glare. You're in the way, Chikusa said and threw his JoJo. Watch out, Sunyuna screamed. Yamamoto narrowed his eyes and pulled out his bat so fast that it turned into a katana. With one swing, he managed to cut JoJo's lines. Yamamoto Suna sighed relaxed. Suna, behind you. Yamamoto turned around to see that another JoJo had arced behind them and was out of his reach. Watch out. Suna could see how needles were about to launch themselves. He could feel Yamamoto's arm around him, trying to pull him away, but it was too late. That was until an arrow came and pierced through it. The JoJo shattered into pieces harmlessly. Wah! Chikusa muttered. That's Yamamoto smiled in relief. Arrow. Suna gasped. Sorry my tardiness, boss. Naruto smirked as he raised his new crossbow, aiming at Chikusa. Don't you move, he said with clear anger in his voice. Not only have you threatened our boss, but you also damaged that idiot. Goku, our family doesn't look too good at that kind of things. Naruto screamed, here to save the family. Vongul attempts. Sawada Sunyuniyoshi's vice boss, shooting star sharpshooter Azuzuaki Naruto. He raised his other hand to the sky and made a somewhat superhero pose. Suna and Yamamoto sweat dropped. What? Na asked and looked at them. Too much. This is my first time when facing an enemy. Narukuna said sweat dropped. You really should drop those shonen mangas. It had only been a second when Naruto took his eyes off his target, but that was enough. He saw a slight glimpse in the rooftop just in time. He quickly took a leap back when a silenced bullet came rushing down, hitting right where he had been standing. Yamamoto, take boss away from here. Naruto aimed his crossbow to the roof. I will follow soon with Goku. He fired at the roof where he had seen the rifle. An arrow missed the target by 2 clicks. Yamamoto bit his lip but did as he was told. If these guys were after Suna, it was important to make sure he was safe first. Naruto would be fine. Let's go, Sunyuna, he yelled as he blocked another Chiku's attack. But Goku drawn. Suna whimpered and looked at Goku's lying body. Yamamoto bit his lip even harder but forced a smile on his face. It's okay. Na will take care of him. We have to get you out of here. Suna looked to the ground. What could he do? He had been told by 9th boss of Bangala to deal with these people. But how? If Reborn wasn't here to shot him with a dying wool bullet, he couldn't do anything. He looked to the ground at Goku, who flinched slightly before settling down again. I don't leave him behind. He yelled and grabbed by his arm and raised him over his shoulder. Ah, he screamed when Goku's weight seemed unbearable, but he didn't give up. Oh. One step at a time. He panted and took a step forward. Suna Yamamoto whispered and gulped when Suna slowly walked away carrying Goku. I understand. He smiled and charged at Chikusa. You're Ken's target. Chikusa took a step back. I would prefer I didn't have to fight you. Sorry, but I can't let you hurt my friends. Yamamoto smiled and swung his blade once again. Suna struggled away, hearing Yamamoto swinging his sword and Naruto cursing loudly. He heard quiet ping sounds when bullets rained everywhere. TT-10th Goku whispered and gulped. Lol, leave me behind. Run PP say. He struggled to say every word. No, Suna didn't know why he said that. He was no good Suna. Not a hero who saves the day. Suna, I won't leave you behind. Any of you. TTH stay quiet. Suna snapped and struggled another step. I decided Yamamoto forced Chikusa to back down. Boss. Damn it, there's just too much wind. Naruto cursed behind his shelter when another bullet landed on a brick wall. They had started a real firefight. Arrows and bullets crossed each other all the time. And now they were in a stalemate. If he would come out of his corner, he would be shot in a blink of an eye. But if the sniper wanted to shot anyone else, he would have to move enough for Na to get a clear shot at him. But Naruto only had one arrow left, the one day I leave my bow behind. He cursed again. He could feel his opponent smirking. He must have realized the situation as well. And he wasn't an amateur either. He hadn't shot a single bullet since the start of the stalemate. Would you seriously hurry up? He wanted to yell to Boss, who hadn't even made 2 meters yet. Boss really needed some serious exercise. This has gotten boring, Shikosa muttered and was about to attack when police came to the scene, whistling and yelling. And now it's troublesome, he muttered and started to wobble away. Na glanced at the rooftop. The sniper shot one more bullet right past Naruto's hideout before disappearing. When he looked over his shoulder and saw where the last bullet had landed, he shuddered. It had pierced a Love Hotel advertising. He gulped and took a deep breath. This has no deeper meaning. He yelled to himself and quickly went and broke the sing. No whatsoever. He stormed out of the alley and rushed to help Gokua of Sunyuna's back. This has gotten troublesome, Naruto said after looking out of the window. Others were with Gokua at the school clinic where Shamal was ignoring him the best he could while Naruto and Reborn were in another room. First Ryo and now Gokua. Who are these guys? What they want of Boss here? Reborn filled Na in of what was going on. So what does the vice boss think? Na sat down and thought. We can presume that blind attacks will stop now. He muttered. They are obviously after Boss. So best we should do is getting him away from them. That's not an option. Ninth wants Suna to deal with him. That should be hilarious. Na gave out a fake laugh. Boss isn't someone who can deal with these kind of people. He's too sorry for saying this, but he is too naive. And besides, our family only consists of me, Goku, and Yamamoto. And one of us can't even fight anymore. He glanced out of the classroom window. Boss was having a nervous breakdown outside in the hallway. Boss, he sighed disappointed. While you may be right about Suna being naive, but that doesn't mean you're right about him in other means. True, you're much natural leader than him. Reborn walked to the door. But that's why you're his vice boss. It's your job to be a connection between the family and its boss. He glared at him. Or were you just playing games? I never said I wanted to be a leader of anything. Na turned towards the window. And I haven't decided yet. Maybe I should kill Suna and have you success the 9th. Don't you dare, Na yelled suddenly. I may be a better leader than him, but that doesn't mean I could ever be good as boss is. Sure, he is naive, weak, little slow in the head, and is always trying to run away from things. But Naruto remembered when Suna came to help him when that group of delinquents had attacked during his trial into the archery club. Then he remembered the pole-knocking event, their fight with Hibari, that Yakuza fiasco, and so many other adventures they had together during these months. He never abandoned any of us. He remembered how Suna, weak as he was, forced himself to carry Goku's body. He remembered the determined look on his face. I told him to run away, but he didn't listen. He used everything he had to carry that Erlo back to safety. Even though it was obviously going to fail, I would have left him behind, but not Boss. He stayed and did everything he could to save him. Even if he's a coward, he always does everything for his friends. He stands by them, fights for them, and often kicks some serious for them. He looked at Reborn into his big black eyes. I may have been playing until now, gulp view, but if Boss decides to go and attack these, I'll be right behind him. Because that's what Vice Boss is supposed to do, right? And if there is anything that really matters to me is that Suna is my friend. And even if I weren't a member of this family, I still wouldn't abandon him when he really needs me. He looked away. Reborn smiled. Just like you underestimate Suna and the others, you underestimate yourself. I suggest you go home now and get yourself ready. He smirked. Because soon as I have talked to Suna, you're going to start your counterattack. Na saw how Reborn walked out of the room and gently kicked Suna into understanding that there was no easy way out of this. They left soon after, and then Yamamoto came passing through, deep in thought, but obviously determined. He stepped into the corridor. Viank and Shamal were arguing about Goku's treatment. He obviously couldn't care less, but this only made her angry, so he just ignored them and stepped inside Goku's room. He was already sitting on his bed and getting his clothes on. That insane fake doctor is trying to kill me. I got to get out of here. Then he saw Na standing there. What is it? We need to talk, he said with dark voice and pulled the envelope out of his pocket. Is everyone ready? Suna gulped and tried to cover the fear in his voice. Let's go and kick their asses. Goku roared loudly, making some neighbors look at them disapprovingly. Suna was certain they looked like a group of delinquents on their way to go into a fight. Hayato, you should stay behind. Your wounds are not healed yet. Viank said concerned. She was wearing goggles to cover her face. It was the only way without Goku passing out. I'm fine, he barked angrily. Where is Naran? Suna asked looking around. Goku flinched. He couldn't have. Here I am. Na walked in carrying a large bag over his shoulder. Ready for action. Boss, what's in the bag? Yamamoto asked curiously. Little something I prepared in haste. He smirked. That sniper guy really pissed me off, you know. So, we're ready. Reborn asked everyone. They left Sawada household to face their first real enemy or picnic like Yamamoto said. On their way there, Suna noticed that Goku was awfully quiet. Is anything wrong? He asked. Does your wounds still hurt? No, 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 no need to concern yourself with me. I'm fine, he shook his head quickly. He tried not to look at Na. I just feel angry for being humiliated in front of you like that last time when we faced them. Don't worry about that. It was my fault. I should have moved. Don't say that. 10th. You carried me into safety even though enemy was right there. His eyes shine full of admiration like a true boss who cares for his subordinates. But you shouldn't move too much or your wounds might open. Yamamoto warned. Suna can't carry you back if you're hurt. He smirked. Why you? Goku Dera cursed. We're here, Suna said slowly as they stood next to the gate. What should we do? It's not late to turn back. Actually, I think it is. Viank said. I agree. Goku Dera muttered. We're being watched. What? Suna screamed by a sniper. No. Viank shook her head. I just can feel their murderous intent. But I don't think they will act on it just yet. There are several people watching us. 10th Goku Dera continued. I think they want us to come in. Let's not keep them waiting. Na smirked confidently and stepped forward. As they started to walk slowly towards the main building, Goku stayed at the end of the group with Na. Oi. What was that you told me yesterday? What about it? Na asked. Were you serious? Na gulped. I will answer to that after we're done with this. That was when something was thrown at them. Everyone was ready for a fight against a dead dog. Suna asked disgusted when he crawled away from it. This is just wrong. But who threw it? Yamamoto asked when another carcass was thrown at him. He turned around and one smooth motion cut it in half when something came from behind it and crashed onto him. He fell on his back to the ground and when it broke underneath him. After a short trip, crashed painfully on the ground. Yamamoto. Everyone rushed to his aid at the bottom of the pit where he was fighting with some maniac guy. Half animal, half man thing. We have to help him. Suna yelled. I can't get a clear shot on that thing. Na answered while aiming his long bow. I'm afraid I might hit Yamamoto. You better not do that then. Reborn said with normal voice. What? Suna asked. It seems that Yamamoto is trying to protect his right arm. The baseball game. Suna gasped. He can't risk his arm. He needs help. Then go and help him. Reborn kicked Suna into back. 10th boss. They yelled together when Suna crashed loudly to the ground. Stand back, Reborn told them. But Reborn's 10th is another word and I will shoot you myself. He pulled out his Lian gun. Both Naruto and Goku took step back yelping. Down in the pit, Yamamoto saw how Suna crashed on the ground painfully and most likely on his face. Suna, he yelled. Was it? Ken asked snickering. A sidekick of yours. I guess I can take him out while you run around. What? Ken jumped on Suna, his mouth open. A Tadakamos. He howled like an animal. Suna screamed in fright when Yamamoto made a decision. Or rather accepted what he had to do. Ken was about to take a bite out of Suna when a rock hit him hard on the head. Where are you looking? He asked. You're fighting with me. So now you feel like fighting. Ken licked his lips. Fine. I'll play with you before I finish this guy off, and charged off. It was rather quick. Ken changed into Cheetah Channel and in seconds had bit in Yamamoto's arm. Got you. He laughed right back at you. Yamamoto smirked. Yamamoto took the remains of his sword bat and hit him into the face with its base. Everyone watched as he punched Ken out of consciousness and breaking his canines in the process. Yamamoto Suna screamed and rushed to his friend's side. I'm sorry. It's because my fault that you can't play in. Stop it, Suna. Yamamoto smirked and raised his arm. Didn't I say it before? The person who would treat baseball as more important than his friends is no more. Not after that leap you took from the roof back then. Then he checked out his arm. Besides, this is nothing. I bet I can still hit some home runs if I wished. That's amazing, Suna yelled. Are you immortal or something? Those idiots. Na sighed and crashed down. Now that tension gone, his legs decided to give in. Goku joined him, smirking, surprisingly satisfied. What? He asked. Well, I just thought about things and about our talk. He sighed and pulled out a cigarette while Reborn signed to Byank and he should move slightly further away, giving the two me privacy to talk. I realized then that if you say yes, that would leave me alone to make sure that that idiot won't kill boss. I haven't said anything to anything yet, Naruto muttered and stood up. Then he saw something. It was that glitter he had seen just yesterday. Get down. He leapt towards Goku and tried to push him out of harm's way as a shot was fired with a loud bang. It was thanks to Naruto that Goku's head didn't gain an extra hole, but it was also thanks to him that he was pushed accidentally down to the hole right over unsuspecting Suna and crashed on Yamamoto, who was carrying him over his shoulder. Ow, ow, ow. Goku Durkin. What's going on? Suna asked while struggling to get from between his two friends. That jerk Na pushed me down. Goku Dera cursed when he heard another bang and shot penetrated the surface of the old glass house. A sniper, he muttered. 10th stay down. Naruto showed his head through the hole. I'm going to take of that sniper myself. You guys take out that Mukuro. He disappeared. Reborn Byank, look after these guys. Naruto-kun. Suna screamed. Don't. He's gone already, Suna. Reborn's voice answered and a rope landed on top of them. Answer is the sniper. Suna managed to climb up surprisingly fast. We need to go help him. He looked around trying to figure out where to go when another shot could be heard in a nearby forest. He can't face a man armed with a gun all by himself. It's admirable for a boss to care about his subordinates, but you must not overdo it. Reborn said. Na himself decided to take that sniper by himself so we wouldn't have to waste his sacrifice. Don't say it like he is dead. Suna screamed, but Reborn ignored him. So, how about a lunch? Na was in a bind. He had managed to lure the sniper after him, but his plan had one small tiny microscopic fault. He hadn't planned any further than that. So now he was dodging bullets that were obviously driving him into a corner without giving him a chance to retaliate. So he ran like on fire from shelter to shelter. And when he thought he had found a place to take a breath, a shot from another blind spot would shock him. This guy was either really good or he had a bunch of friends with him this time. But for some reason, he didn't think it was the later one. He felt that he was alone after all. Alone with this one person who refused to reveal his location to him. Na couldn't explain it or would rather not, thinking that nobody would believe him. But Naruto could see things that other people didn't see. This one time, he had went into a magician's show. He had thought it had been a load off bull. The trickster had just covered his hand over a watch of someone from the audience, but nothing happened. He had just plainly dropped it into his other hand while showing his empty hand. Everyone else had been shocked and delighted when the clock reappeared in its owner's wrist. Na hadn't said anything because his mother had been most amazed of the trick, but from then on, he had wondered if he was completely normal. Back to task at hand, he couldn't explain it. But even though it seemed impossible for one shooter to be able to aim from so many different angles so fast, he was certain he was just one shooter. He looked around. He was running past Booze. Then it came. Bullet run past his ear, taking a lock of hair. Na leapt like a tiger, reading his bow in the process and turned around. Take this, he yelled at the direction he had seen the bullet coming, but there was nothing. Arrow just flew into distance. Then behind him again between two stands, a bullet came nicking his leg. Arg! He screamed and landed on the ground. Quote. That hurt. He clenched his teeth together and quickly run into the nearest booth. That, _ is playing with me. He cursed as he ripped his sleeve and tied it around the wound. Then he tried to tighten it. The pain rushed through him. Why? It never seems to hurt in mangas. He whispered, tears in his eyes. He bit his lips so hard that he didn't even realize when the blood started coming out. Thos, the boss is counting on me. He forced himself to stand up and walked out. I'm Vongola 10th. Sawada Tsunuyoshi's vice boss. Vongola family's best sharpshooter. The shooting star, Uzuaki Naruto. I won't go down until I see Suna as the best boss he can be. So, I'm not losing to likes of you. Believe it, he saw something shining at the tallest rooftop around before it disappeared. Thank you, he muttered under his breath as he dropped a smoke bomb. Sniper smirked as he had been expecting this. Thank you, 6-chain. He laughed as he faded into the background and appeared very close of the smoke cloud before pointing it with a handgun. He started blindly shooting at the cloud. It wasn't actually just blind shooting. He was trying to smoke his target out of the smoke. Get him panic, force him into a mistake. He was already bleeding. He would die in 10 minutes. Then, as 6-chan had told him, he would hunt down every other brat. There were some minor details he should watch, like not killing the Vongola and avoid some baby. Not that he cared. If he got anything into his sight, he would lick his lips and pull the trigger. Ooh. How he loved the feeling when the gun jumped back onto his shoulder. How he could smell the smoke and gunpowder mixing together. He loved to see blood gushing out of the body. He loved to see through the scope who bullet impelled its target and then it came out, possibly killing more than just one. He also loved when he saw panic on people's eyes when they realized there was nowhere to go. His bullets would find everywhere, and that was always best part in the cat and mouse game. It was so shame that his mice never lasted longer than few minutes. But this boy, he licked his lips. This was most refreshing he had felt in a long time. He loved the cat and mouse game they were playing. He should keep it up for a while at least. His smile widened when he heard his bullets hitting something. He faded into the darkness and appeared into another location. With a loaded weapon, he began shooting again. This ability was a little gift from 6-chan. He had shared some of his powers to make things more interesting. And the sniper didn't care. He would break that confident look on the boy's face and make him panic. Make him scream in pain and fear. He pulled his rifle ready. There it was in the middle of a street, lying slowly moving into an alley for cover. He had hit the boy really good. He was only barely moving. Too bad, boy, he licked his lips. The appetite must be finished before going to the main course. We're sorry the menu you ordered has gone bad. Come again later, voice said behind him. And don't try to disappear anymore. I can see through your illusions, and I've got my long bow aimed at the back of your head. He slowly took his eye off the scope. He's not wearing anything but his boxes. He muttered and licked his lips, disappointed. How did he manage to escape my scope? How did he find 10? Well, I've always seen through illusions, so it wasn't really hard to see through this one. Even though it was really well made, I didn't notice at first. Then one time when you almost pierced both my ears at the same time, it hit me. It was impossible shot. He snorted. After that, I realized everything else was an illusion. Expect this one place. The sniper pouted. The smoke had dissolved and now the thing he had been aiming was all clear. It wasn't his mouse at all. It didn't even look like it. It was just few sticks put together with glue and line and covered with his mouse's clothes. It kept moving towards at some alley. Even though all the smoke has disappeared, there was a line that disappeared into the alley. It must have been tied to some weighty thing that kept pulling it in the smoke. It was easy to be mistaken for his little mouse. But now he felt so stupid. You knew where I was, yet you had to end our little game. 10 is mad. What game? Who are you anyway? Turn around and tell me why you wanted to kill me. The sniper slowly stood up, still holding his rifle. Drop it. Nah snapped. No. What? 10 won't give Lala away. He snapped angrily. You may shoot 10, but she won't give Lala away. He slowly turned away. He saw Na standing there holding his bow ready. For the first time, they saw each other from this close distance. The sniper was wearing a mask, hood, and goggles. Unload it. Ten seemed reluctant to say at least, but after they glared at each other for a moment, he complained. Slowly, his hand moved by the gun and pushed a switch. The clip fell off. Then he moved his hand again and pulled the handle and another bullet flew out. Now remove that mask. I want to know what kind of freak I'm dealing with now, he muttered. He tightened his head, confused, and pulled the hood off with one hand while the other still on the lala. Two hair buns jumped up in his head. Then he removed his goggles. Brown kitty eyes looked around drily. Then finally, he removed his mask to show her face. You're a girl. Na stepped back a shot while trying to keep in mind that this very same girl had almost made an extra air hole in his head. 10 is a girl. 10 is a good girl. Girl tilted her head nodding confused. Is something wrong? He no believe. No way. You don't even sound like one. Then something happened that was even more shocking than the revelation that she was a girl. She proved it with one unquestionable way possible. With her bare hand, she undid her pants and let them fall the ground, revealing lady parts. Undoubtedly her lady parts, first lady parts Naruto had ever seen besides certain movies and magazines. And the reaction was immediate. Blood gushed out of Naruto's nose like a fountain, but tried his best to stay calm. He was so screwed, he couldn't look away from her without the obvious risk of dying from a bullet. But he couldn't at her because every other glance he took was towards it. And every time he looked towards it meant couple more pools of blood in his feet. Marry me, he whispered in his teenage hormonal state. 10 titled her head. Okay, long as 10 can play with Lala. Good. Wait, what? Na stopped in the middle of a step closer, his bow on the ground, hands inches away from that. He just realized that he was unarmed front of a girl who had a gun. He jumped back and pulled his crossbow from his new bag. Okay, you almost had me. Now pull your pants back up. 10 tilted her head on the other side looking dreamy. Who is he? I already said he took his pose. Yuzuaki na vice boss of Bongol 10th Sada Sunoshi. Then he stopped. Why? The girl grinned and suddenly Na realized things weren't like he thought. Her name is Tenten, and she will see him again. She leapt backwards down from the rooftop with a ferocious grin. In the air, she pulled a shining bullet out, her back pocket from pants that lied on the ground front of him. He hoped, because only other option was arousing, and stuck it into the rifle. He twisted it towards him and pulled the trigger. Na reacted accordingly and leapt back also, releasing his crossbow. The bullet went through his shoulder, which caused his aim to waver badly. He had been aiming at her fingers, but the arrow found itself through her leg. It was not like either of them had the pleasure to notice where they had hit because the pain they went through right now. Naruto woke up, didn't know how long it was. He must have hit his head pretty badly when he landed. He was still lying on the grass, eyes towards the big blue sky. I wonder how long I was out. He whispered and struggled on his feet. It seemed to take forever. I go to find boss, he whispered and started stumbling towards the place where he had been separated. When after time that felt like an eternity, he reached the hole where Suna and others had fell in. He looked around. No sign of them. He whispered painfully, I guess they've already gone in. He continued his limping towards what he thought was the main building. He found Yamamoto's unconscious body lying gently against a tree. You okay there, buddy? He asked quietly. Yamamoto didn't answer. Na also saw bodies of 2 obvious henchmen or 1 hench girl. Do one of them had a skirt? She had also her throat stuffed with Bianca's poison cooking. Na. He turned around. Yamamoto was struggling to stand up. Wow, what happened? Where are your clothes? He stood up while leaning back to the tree. Na glanced down. Oh yeah, he muttered. I was in so much pain that I didn't even notice that I forgot my clothes. You're shot. Yamamoto tried to take a step forward to help him, but just crashed down. Damn, he whispered. Where's the shooter? She is taken care of. Na muttered, thinking, what did happen to her? You don't mind I stand up? If lay down, I might not be able to stand up again. Not at all, Yamamoto laughed. I really got my kicked. Huh. What happened here? Yamamoto told him the brief version of what had happened. The girl with the flute, birds, and assassin twins, then Rokudo Makuro. You fought him? Yeah. Yamamoto nodded. He had finally been able to stand up on his own. He had this huge metal ball that hit me really bad. I was knocked out pretty quickly. He gave out a nervous laugh. I don't know what happened after that, though. Na looked around. Well, assuming that it was boss and other who laid you against the tree, we can presume boss won. They exchanged smirks and that they have advanced to the main building. They both turned to look. Can you walk? Yamamoto laughed. Don't worry, you're the one who has been shot twice and walking around in your underwear. He started laughing wholeheartedly. What can I say? I enjoy this feeling. Na muttered, slightly embarrassed. Yamamoto stopped laughing that second and sweat dropped. Really anyway? Are we going or what? Oh yeah. The duo of two badly injured bodyguards of Vongolath made their way into the main building. It had been long and hard walk for Naruto, who had a bullet scrap in his leg and a bullet wound in his shoulder, probably broken back and a killing headache, and to Yamamoto, who had several internal injuries, broken ribs, and badly wounded arm. Also, they both were dead tired. Not that it mattered though. Their friends were in danger and they needed to help them. This heroic thought gave them strength to go on, or they were having severe hallucinations to all the pain. But now they were having a problem. They were standing in a lobby of the building, or what used to be a lobby. There was nobody anywhere. No sounds, no life, no nothing except rubble and dirt. So they had no idea where now, right or left or straight ahead. Yamamoto suggested. No idea. Maybe. Naruto thought quietly. This way. He pointed straight ahead. I still think we should go this way. Yamamoto pointed to the right. It feels right, but I think we should go straight ahead. Na said firmly. Yeah, but vice boss. Na suddenly yelled. I outrank you. Yamamoto's sweat dropped but smiled. How about we split up? There's a chance that both of us are wrong, but now there's greater chance to find them if we split up. So, they walked into two different directions. What's the matter? Bongola scared. Gokua asked with a devious smirk on his face. Wouldn't it be easier just to give up? Byankh asked with a similar smirk. This fight is completely futile. Ken added, you're destined to lose. Chikusa finished. Suna looked around frantically. He was surrounded. Reborn did nothing. Just stood there. His friends were possessed. His knees failed him. Hibari was out. Fuda unconscious. Mukuro shot himself. What the hell is going on? Gokua raised the Mukuro's spear and smirked. I shall enjoy your body, Bongola. He thrusted down. Eek! He screamed, covering his head best he could. Then something clanged, and no hit came down. Why you okay? Suna Yamamoto's voice asked. Suna opened his eyes. Yamamoto was standing in front of him, holding the remains of his bad sword and holding Gokua's thrust back. Yamamoto, he screamed. You okay? Don't really know. Yamamoto struggled just to speak. What's going on? What happened to Gokua? He's possessed by Rokudo Mukuro. Suna screamed. Possessed? Yamamoto asked, confused, but never heard to answer. Ken came and tackled him aside. Yamamoto, shall I pose as yet another person now? Gokua moved away from Suna and closer to Yamamoto, who was held down by Byankh and Ken. I'm taking your family into my control one by one. He raised his spear and looked down to Yamamoto when an arrow came and speared through his hand, making him lose the crib and drop the weapon. Don't even try it. Na yelled angrily. Narokuna screamed, relieved to hear his lost friend appearing. You okay? Hey, why? He stopped and saw Na standing there in nothing but underwear. What the hell happened? Sorry, boss. I will explain later, he said while struggling to walk to them. Boss, I think you should run now. He struggled another step. Me and Yamamoto will hold Rokudo. You and Reborn will leave now. WWW. What are you saying? You can't do that. You can barely stand. Don't care about us, boss. Naruto said as he tried his best to reload the crossbow while Chikusa walked towards him confidently. Your Vongol attempt just your people around. You have to survive. Nah. Yamamoto had managed to tangle his arm free and snap the spearhead before anyone else. Catch. Na barely was able to catch the spearhead. What do I do with this? That's Mukuro's weapon. Suna screamed. If you're hit with it, he can poss you. Really? Yamamoto asked, confused. I just wanted to give Na something to use to defend himself. Anyway, don't let that scratch you. Suna screamed and found himself standing up even though he couldn't remember getting up. Don't. Reborn said suddenly. You can't do anything. You're just no good, Suna. But Narokan should have thought before acting. Forget him, Reborn said coldly, watching for Suna's reaction. These next words would determine the future of Bongola and the world of Mafia together and those few insufficient lives of couple high schoolers that were involved. But what? Reborn asked as Gokua and Chikusa closed on Na. He was able to wave the spear head around, but it did little good. What you want? What is it that you want now? I want to save them all. He yelled. I want to save my friends. Reborn smirked under his hat when Leon started glowing. It was time for the cocoon state to end. Soon as weapon would be revealed. What's going on? Na asked. Everyone had stopped and watched as Leon floated higher and higher. Then it exploded and bright light filled the room for a few moments before two mittens landed on Suna's hand. What mittens? I thought it was supposed to give weapons like Weapon and Enzio like he gave to Dino. Why, it gave me these. You don't know how useful those could prove to be. Put 'em on, Reborn told him with snappy voice, and Suna complied. Na and Yamamoto, who were both now beaten down and thrown aside, watched as Suna suddenly pull at another bullet that seemed to be completely different from the usual dying wool bullet. Reborn insisted using it and pulled his Lian gun and aimed. All four possessed victims charged at Suna. Gokua threw all his bombs at Suna. A victorious smirk on his face. Suna boss. His two only non-possessed members of the family yelled when he took the full front of the bombs. No one would be able to survive that. Did he make it? Na asked. Yamamoto gulped. Suna didn't move at all. He just laid there, his useless, stupid, ugly mittens on his hands. Then slowly he twitched. It might have been just a reflex. I don't think I have to voice my rebuke. Reborn said suddenly, a smile on his face. Why are you looking at me like that? Both Naruto and Yamamoto looked at Shikusa confused. Suna's head was turned against them so they didn't see his open eyes, darting at him. Admirable, but why don't we put an end to this now? I can't have your body to be destroyed in the process. He was holding the spearhead and thrusted it. Suna, Yamamoto yelled. Na closed his eyes, not daring to watch. Yash. He heard Yamamoto's happy cheer and opened his eyes. Suna was alive. He was alive and was fighting. He had grabbed the spearhead with his mittens. When they started changing, they glowed and turned into something very, very cool. Finger gloves with emblem of X written in the back. Suna stood up and flame appeared in his forehead. But there was something different from usual. What's going on? Na whispered, but neither knew the answer. Reborn explained the difference between rebuke bullet and dying wool bullet. Suna stood there and faced his opponents. Fight between him and Ken and Chikusa was quick. Suna was able to see through Rokudo's illusions as well. Naruto Reborn noticed. Then he knocked out Gokua and Byank. Yoshi Yamamoto cheered tiredly when it seemed to end. You did it, Suna. No, he did not. Naruto whispered and looked at the body of Rokudo Mukuro. What do you mean? Yamamoto asked when Suna faced the body as well. Come out, Mukuro. You're alive, aren't you? He said firmly. Body stood up and picked up the spearhead, placing it on top of the spike. Fumu, Rokudo laughed. I see your fighting abilities have increased remarkably. I have to admit that you're quite a foe to deal with. Stop your talking, Suna said with uncharacterily calm voice and raised his fists to a boxing-like stance. Let's finish this, Fumu. Ruo smirked. I shall enjoy this. The fight what two members of the Vongola X's family witnessed was more amazing than anything so far. It was actually so amazing that Yamamoto lost his consciousness just from watching by the time Suna managed to ruin Rokudo's weapon and knock him on his back. Na watched this in awe, but also in fear. This is the world I chose to enter too. He gulped. This is once in a lifetime chance for you to truly be prepared for your future task. Woman from last time had explained, we are mafia and our world isn't for weaklings or soft-hearted children. Do you understand the weight of your words when you accepted Archibellino's offer to become member of our family? Because that was just some game to you, you better back down now. As Naruto witnessed the fight between Mukuro and his boss, he started to understand what she meant. He listened as Mukuro told his plan to rule the world and bring it into darkness. He heard his ultimate hate for mafia and the world that which had created it. The fight that followed was simply amazing. In any manga that Na had read, he had never seen anything like that. Suna's flame against Mukuro's illusions. What is dying will flame? Na whispered in awe as Mukuro crashed with wall and landed on the floor. Yash! Na yelled. Finish him. No. Suna said simply and turned away. I can't do that. Naruto, are you okay? You should listen to your family, Bangala. Mukuro grabbed Suna's hands from behind. Soft heart like that will only get you killed in the end. If I seal your arms, your flames are useless. He knelt him in the back. Everything has gone exactly like the plan. The plan? Suna asked. Why do you think I've gone all this trouble of sending assassins after another after you? It was to train you, make you hate me, make sure you would unlock your true powers before me. What he wants to pass would be ruined in matter of years. Oh my gods, this is like from some manga series. Fufumu, I'm impressed of your family member, Bongola. Mukuro smirked. I can tell just by looking that if I had found you before the Bongola, you would have been a very useful pawn to me. And you will. He kicked Suna into back with all his power, sending him flying. Rest in peace, Suna. Behind you, Na yelled. Suna and Reborn watched as he flew towards the spearhead which was stuck into the wall. Reborn only smirked. You keep underestimating your boss. Nerona, show them the power of the X-gloves. Wah! Suna suddenly thrusted his hands behind and large flames light the hall. Suna yelled with all his might and he flew forward. Then with one fist, Suna defeated him. In the end, it took just one punch into Mukuro's face and they had won. Na gulped. This time he was sure. Mukuro wouldn't be coming back after that. Way to go, boss. Na cheered as the dying wolf flame went out. He struggled on his feet and tried to walk over to him. Are you okay, boss? Na, what happened to you? Suna screamed. You're bleeding and you're in your underwear. Na stood there for a moment. I like the breeze. Everyone's hurt. Suna suddenly realized. Even Yamamoto, who was already badly hurt. Don't worry. They both looked at Reborn, who was holding a Leon's cell phone. Vongola medical team has arrived. They also brought the antidote for Lancia's poison. Thank goddess, he sighed relieved. Anyway, boss, what should we do with him? Na glanced at Mukuro's unconscious body. Unless we're not finishing him off. Suna said with sudden force. Then he pulled slightly. He's alive. Suna Reborn sighed soft as ever. Na sighed and seemed quite disappointed but didn't argue. What then? Get away from him. Ken struggled forward with last bit of strength. Chikusa by his side. Don't you mafia dare to touch him. Na instinctively covered Suna even though it was obvious any of them could fight. Na or Ken or Chikusa. It was amazing any of them was still moving or breathing for that matter. Why? He used you. He possessed your body and don't talk like you know us mafia. Chikusa whispered and they explained where they came from, where Mukuro's fateful world had started, how Ken and he came to be. It was horrible. Even to Na, who kept his face neutral, thought it was disgusting use of people to do something like that. Suna was just shocked. Finally, we had a place to go. Chikusa ended, a home to belong to. Then it hit Naruto how much it must have meant to them to have someone. He quietly looked at unconscious figures of Gokua, Yamamoto, Byankh, Fuda, and even Hibari. Then he looked at Suna. This was his family. He glanced down to Suna's side where Reborn was looking at him. At that moment, Na nodded his head. I will do it. While Suna could question him, the door flung open and Bendish came and took Mukuro and his henchmen away. Who were they? They were guardians of mafia law. Reborn explained gloomily. Best not to get involved with them. Suna was about to argue when sudden pain echoed through his body. Then this echo changed into a whisper and then into a voice, and before he knew it, it was screaming in his ear. Ek. He screamed in pain until he passed out. Boss Na screamed like a little girl when Suna suddenly crashed with the floor. Don't worry, his body is just tired. Reborn explained. What about you? Don't tell me you're okay. You got 2 bullet wounds, a broken back, and you still care for him. As I said, he looked as medical people started to enter the room. They are my friends. And when I listened that Animal Mon's story, I realized I'm same as them. Suna, Gokua, Yamamoto, Fuda, and Byankh, even Lambo. They are my place to go to. I was alone before, and I know how much I want to avoid that from now on. He gulped. Could you tell your friend that I will do it? You're serious. That will take you to a road where there is no turning back. Na closed his eyes when some medic placed him on his gurney. I know, but if I don't do this for this family, who will? Boss, no offense, But he is not a person who should go through with this. Not yet, at least talking like a true vice boss. Reborn smirked. Prepare to pack your bags. You will leave. Can it wait for a couple of weeks? I want to things for settle first, you know. And Yamamoto has his game coming then. I want to see him getting his kicked. I will tell them that you're willing to accept their offer in 2 weeks. Now, sleep. Reborn jumped and kicked Naruto into the face and knocked him out. What a family this is. He shook his head as they were delivered out. Vongola Familiar 1. Kokuyo Gang 0. Chapter End. Those who didn't know 6chan comes from Rokudo Lu Dao. Roku Lu meaning 66. So it's like Lu-chan. Get it? Chapter Epilogue. The Vangil 10th. Sawada Sunoshi had finally been released out of hospital, or rather kicked out by a baby home tutor, and so was his familia. Naruto, who had been in worse condition with his 2 bullet wounds, still had a bandage brace around his arm. Luckily for him, the bullet had missed all the important nerves and muscles and went straight through. It hurt like hell, but doctors promised that he would heal completely. He couldn't practice his archery, though, and that made him really irritable. In fact, Suna and the others had to drag him away from his clubhouse when he had ripped off his bandages, ignored the alarming pain, and tried to continue his art. That the first time, Naruto actually yelled at Suna, which of course resulted Goku jumping on him angrily. Yamamoto trying to calm them both down, only getting in the middle of a fight and Ryo misunderstanding all this as a sparring match. It all mixing together and ending up as a huge fight. Now they watched as Yamamoto hit a home run on the field. Man, this is boring. Goku muttered under his breath. Don't be like that, Naruto yawned. Also bored. Boss enjoys this, so we should try too. Do you think I could hit that ball before or after has been hit? He imagined himself shooting an arrow through the flying ball. Suna was laughing with others and suddenly Ryo started screaming to baseball players to join the boxing club. Goku raised his head a little and lowered his voice. When are you leaving? He whispered. Tonight, Naruto answered quietly. I can't miss this chance to improve myself for the boss. I get it, Goku sighed. Just remember that you're part of 10th's family, so you will now be our boss's representative. Don't screw this up. I won't. Naruto smiled. I trust that you won't let anything happen to boss while I'm gone. Certainly. Goku raised his chest proudly. I'm his right-hand man. I will die rather than let him even scrape a finger. Well, knowing boss, it won't last long. So, try to keep him alive while I'm away and look over the family for me, too. They quietly nodded to each other before starting creating havoc, yelling loudly, fighting among themselves. Like any other day, after things started to quiet down, Naruto sat down next to Reborn. What will happen now? He asked. You will be picked up precisely 700-page M. Your cover story is that you have a scholarship into some European school for rest of the year. He explained, then turned his head around. Don't mind him. Na watched at a boy with his mother who seemed normal enough. Except for the fact that he could swear. The boy's other eyes had a 6 on it and kept smirking to them. Will he be a problem again? Most likely, but not for a while at least. Reborn explained and watched as Lambo peed on Suna's shoes. Then he smirked. It's nothing we can't handle. Na stood up. I have to finish packing. He muttered and started to walk away. Bye. Ooh. Narok, __, you're leaving? Suna asked while removing his socks. I thought we would hang out after the game. Sorry, boss. Na smiled over his shoulder and raised his hand. I got this thing to do. See you tomorrow. Oh. Bye. Suna waved his hand. Something wrong, Suna? Kaiko asked while witnessing the moment. Nothing. I just feel like Na is so distant. Nothing. Let's enjoy the game. I'm sure it's nothing. He smiled to his secret crush, who smiled back. The next day, Naruto's desk remained empty. So guys, what do you think about this Naruto story? Tell me your opinion in the comments. And if you want more Naruto what if stories, make sure to subscribe to Universe of Naruto. Thanks for watching.